I'm gonna be honest with you, Tribe. I didn't even like I would have never imagined Noona would even know what this statement trains run on her is crazy. Inside Mackenzie's prison dating life. Hi, Tribe. Yeah. Part 4, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I've been trying to keep up with the parts. Hopefully y'all been enjoying from what I'm seeing in the comments. Y'all fucking with it, nigga. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. Appreciate y'all. I wouldn't be able to watch this without y'all, bro. I'm be honest. This shit is crash out inducing, and I've been reading extensively all comments. I know I'm not the only one that feel this way. I'm not particularly surprised anymore at these titles, but I'm surprised nonetheless. Trains run on her, bro.
Bada bing, bada boo.
Some of the best advice you'll hear in life is sometimes the most simple advice. Don't go to prison. But apparently,
I thought she was gonna say shut up again. Noona, you're being funny. Oh shit. Sorry, I meant to just click like.
some of the best advice you'll hear in life is sometimes the most simple advice. Don't go to prison.
Facts.
But apparently, not all advice is worth taking, and sometimes, or like all the time, it's completely unavoidable at that point. But if you are to end up in a prison, the Ohio Reformatory for Women in Marysville, Ohio is probably one of the better options.
Why?
One reporter who's been inside, she says it's more like a college
Nigga,
campus.
this a dorm.
And instead of housing students,
What the
there's
fuck?
dorm rooms with women. Is probably one of the better options.
Wait a second. Is this the place that she's at right now? Because if that's the case, I'd be heated. I ain't gonna lie. What the fuck do you mean that she goes to a dorm like situation after doing what the fuck? Hold on. Let's calm down. Let's calm down.
Ohio Reformatory for Women in Marysville, Ohio is probably one of the better options. One reporter who's been inside, she says it's more like a college campus.
This shit looks
and instead
smooth.
of housing students, there's dorm rooms with women that are classified by their charges. You've got units, they call them cottages. They don't even call it units. Cottages for the 4 lifers. They're in there for life. You've got cottages for the people that are coming in and out. They've got a lot of programs in the reformatory that I have honestly not seen being offered at other prisons or even at like your local community college.
Communication and conflict resolution are only part of this.
These niggas look. These are the 4 lifers. I'm not saying prisoners shouldn't look happy, but why they look like they just at a freaking employee orientation or some shit? Are these the prisoners? Which? Where are the prisoners? I'm not seeing no prison garb. If I'm being honest, it look like a nurse orientation.
Or even at like your local community college.
Communication and conflict resolution are only part of this 10-month transformative program. Horizon graduates leave the reformatory with not only housing, but often employment as well.
You can get your GED, yes, but you can also take lessons on how to properly raise your child. You can help train service dogs. One former resident, Kat, she says,
you actually have a lot of freedom in there. There's a track, you've got a volleyball court, a basketball court, a softball field, a gym, you've got school. There's a lot of buildings and you've got a lot of free reign to kind of go and do. If you're not doing that, you just go walk the track, sit on the yard. There's like tables, or you're watching TV on your bunk, you're on the phone doing video visits.
That's crazy. Wow.
it sounds like a summer camp.
Yeah.
And like the thing is, I'm not advocating for worse treatment for prisoners. Certain prisoners deserve all the worst treatment, no cap. So I'm not like, but if this is for lifers, right, and they've committed these crimes, why are we like this should be a punishment. This doesn't feel like a punishment, my nigga. This sound like a retreat. This sound like you just gave them, you're like, what? Whoa. Because in the back of my head, I'm really thinking about how there's probably prisoners for rich people that look exactly like this, where, you know, if a rich person gets sentenced, they go to some fancy ass prison that's like not really a prison. It's just like some remote location. That's what I'm thinking of. So I'm like, this doesn't really surprise me, but my nigga, she killed 2 people in a manner that was not only horrific, but also she's been convicted of aggravated murder. I'm so confused as to why we're like, does this have anything to do with Makenzie?
It sounds like a summer camp.
Yeah.
In the reformatory, they offer 3 different yard time slots in a singular day. So you've got the first, second, and third yard. And this is a lot. Like most people, they'll maybe get yard time once a day. And that's if they're really lucky. They have 3 yard time slots. One's really early in the morning. The second is in the middle of the day. Then there's one at the very end of the day. Interestingly, it's not even as bad as PE class in high school because you can't opt out of that. You can technically opt out of yard time in the reformatory. If it's too hot, if it's too cold, or for whatever reason you just don't want to be outside, you can opt to stay in your room. A lot of people will stay in their rooms because they don't like the weather outside. There's no point in going out because when you come back in, there's no AC in the building, so everybody's sweating. They say it does get really bad in the summers. Like you'll stick to your bed in the summertime, but you can buy fans in the commissary. But it's that hot. Now, for some people though, it doesn't matter the weather. They're going out for yard time because yard time is game time. Residents remember there will always be a few girls out at yard time who've got full face of makeup on. They've got gems in their hair. Each gem is like $15. You have to buy it. They have curled hair. You can get a curling iron.
In prison?
They look like they're going to the club, just walking around yard time. It's like walking around Rodeo Drive. Just walk it. Yard time is also, however, one of the few times throughout the day that inmates can be in the sun. So I get it, right? Get fresh air. It's also hugely psychologically beneficial. Plus, yard time serves as the main flow of information between cottages. This is very likely the place where people start whispering about people they've met inside, who just came into their cottage, or sometimes they're whispering about the show that they just saw. Because there's TVs in the common areas. And there was this show that was playing on there. It's like one of those investigation discovery shows about a true crime case. And they said one episode was detailing how 17-year-old Makenzie Shurilla drove a car into a building at nearly 100 miles per hour, killing her boyfriend Dom and their friend Davion. You know, that case. Who also happens to be their fellow inmate. The one that's walking around looking like she's going bar hopping with...
Nigga, bro, why look like she visiting or some shit? This can't be, bro. I'd be heated. This like low-key still feel disrespectful, bruh. I don't want to look at every single one of her actions as like, oh, you're tripping, you're disrespectful. But it's like, should she visibly prove to me that she's remorseful in any of her instances? Like maybe I'm just seeing offhand pictures, right? But the problem that I'm facing is that in every single instance where she was given a chance to prove, she hasn't. There's never been a time where Makenzie has shown me she's actually felt sorry for real, bruh. I'm gonna keep it a buck. And it's that's not even really based off my feelings. That's based off of evidence, my nigga. Like, seriously though, she's like almost doubling down on the I'ma still try to be an Instagram model. Even though I killed 2 people, is there gonna be any sort of change?
The one that's walking around looking like she's going bar hopping with a full face of makeup at yard time every single day, that one killed 2 people. And now one former inmate says, you know she's actually in the bathroom getting trains run on her?
What?
This is everything that has happened since Makenzie Shurilla was imprisoned. Inmates have come out to talk about her dating life, what she's been doing, and if she's showing any remorse. And this is going to be a full update on some of her released jail calls, as well as her new appeal.
I don't really understand the trains part because it's a... Is it not an all-woman, like... I need some more explanation. Nah, it's possible for a woman to run trains on a single... I don't know. That just seems awkward. I'm gonna keep it a fuck. How do you decide who goes next? Like, do y'all just wait in a line? I'm confused. I don't know. That's none of my business.
We would like to thank today's sponsors who have made it possible for Rotten Mango to support Change the Game for Dom Foundation and Davion Flanagan's Memorial Scholarship Fund. Both
Descriptions
GoFundMes
in
are
mine
run by
too.
the families of the victims, and we're going to include those plus all the information regarding Dom and Davion's law, which aims to update Ohio's Son of Sam laws in order to prevent violent offenders from profiting off their crimes. It's going to be so pertinent in this episode. You're going to see why they want this to be introduced.
Okay.
All of these are going to be included in our show notes. This episode's partnerships have also made it possible to support Rotten Mango's team of dedicated researchers. We'd also like to thank our listeners for your continued support. As always, full show notes are available at rottenmangopodcast.com. Today's episode involves mentions of illicit drug usage, reckless driving, driving while intoxicated, self-exit, and possible domestic violence and trafficking, as well as heavy discussions of being in prison, as well as things that could occur in various prisons throughout the country. We did pull the FOIA for this case, and we went through tens of thousands of pages of text messages, detective incident reports, autopsy reports. We also received like 90 jail phone calls that, I mean, it was like 20 hours collectively. There's just a lot going on. So we're going to try to break it down. This is actually part 4 of the 5-part series. So in part 1, we went over the crash itself and generally what people believe happened that night. In part 2, we break down the Netflix documentary, as well as we interviewed Rosie and Bubba and asked them a lot of questions that social media had. In part 3, we broke down the relationship, as well as covering internet rumors.
Sorry, but I remember Rosie and Bubba, bruh. I still don't know about them. I ain't gonna lie.
In part 3, we broke down the relationship, as well as covering internet rumors, conspiracy theories that people have about Makenzie's relationship with her parents and whether or not people believe that it played a role in all of this. In this part, we're going to cover the jail calls, the alleged prison girlfriends, the trial, the appeal. And in part 5, we're going to break down the entire 31,000-page document of text messages between Makenzie and Dom. So with that being said, let's get into it. I went down the rabbit hole of figuring out whether or not women's prisons really is similar to Orange is the New Black TV show, because that is what everyone kept saying. Like, is it similar? Some people on Reddit say it is, except the smell. Quote, "It was an odd combo of BO, hot dog grease, and really strong cleaning chemicals. Beyond the smell, the best way to describe it would be like living in a subway station, in that everything has that grimy feeling of having been touched by thousands of people." One person says, "It's kind of like that, plus lots of hooking up in the bathroom stalls and showers." I mean, something really weird was every few days they would pass around electric shavers. There was one for each bunk, and there would be a line of girls trying to use these old shavers to dry shave their legs and pubes in the bathroom. Some of them would flip them and use the non-cutting side as a pleasure object on other people. It was so fucking gross, I never even considered shaving. Another person on the internet says, "The food is the worst part." Yeah. One inmate says that they were cleaning the meat grinder in the kitchen because that was their job, and quote, "As they opened it, they found about 1 million maggots inside. Basically, it hadn't been..." And quote, "As they opened it, they found about 1 million maggots inside. Basically, it hadn't been cleaned a lot longer than people thought, and the whole prison had been eating maggot meat, so..."
Oh my God.
And there's just lots of reports that there's actually
God.
a lot of intimacy going on in women's prisons. I'm not sure exactly the word to be used here, whether it be intimacy or not, but one netizen says that one of the very first things that they learned was how to make a prison rose toy that is stationary. So it doesn't pulsate, but it's a pleasure object. You get used toilet paper rolls, like the empty part, the little cardboard roll at the end. Saran wrap, napkins, and rubber bands, and you can make a pleasure object. They said it was oddly, more intimate than they expected, with, quote, "gay for the stay" being a widely used term. Yeah. Others note, they say that it's not as dangerous per se as men's units, where the prison hierarchy is gang and race-based, whereas the women units are, well, one netizen writes, ton of drama and sex. The drama in the men's unit is usually at a 0 or a 10. Nothing ever in the middle. The women's unit is a constant...
Nah, she's not lying though. I ain't gonna lie, bro. She not lying. Niggas be chilling, and then all of a sudden it's just stab, stab, stab. It's like, whoa, what the fuck? In my like 2 days of staying there, bro, I seen so much shit. I ain't gonna cap to you. It's like, bruh, and from then on up to my best estate, far from there.
The drama in the men's unit is usually at a 0 or a 10. Nothing ever in the middle. The women's unit is a constant 6. Always. They say, quote, "The bitch just walked around like they were in a high school dorm."
Women's prison is like a popularity thing. So it's really like being in high school. And Makenzie was kind of popular in prison because she had to be there for a long time.
She is popular?
Yeah. Kat says,
so like people who are serving life sentences have like an unspoken level of respect. Like people are just coming in and getting out. We're like renting an Airbnb and they're the homeowners, like landlord, you know what I mean? So
But even then, Kat says that Ohio reform
This is so fucking stupid, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If you go into prison, you automatic, especially if you're not going in there for a long time, out of like fear and out of like just the understanding, you're not gonna look at the nigga serving life. You're not gonna look at him too intensely because you're like in your head, you automatically make the connection. Oh, he really don't got nothing to live for. So if he crash out on me, nigga, I don't want to serve life with him. You feel me? I don't know. I don't really respect niggas. I don't really respect niggas like that, if I'm being honest. So it's like, I wouldn't know if it's respect. It's more out of an understanding that I can't end up in that same situation, so I'm not gonna provoke. So maybe that is respect. You know what's upsetting me is because I'm thinking Makenzie having a way in there, bro. Like Makenzie having fun, essentially. So it's like where's the punishment, bro?
like landlord, you know what I mean? So
But even then, Kat says that Ohio Reformatory, at least when she was there were still people who stood out. Like they just did so much. And Makenzie was that. Makenzie had this one best friend in prison, and Kat says the two of them would walk around the yard full glam.
Okay, so I'm what I would consider like a girly girl. Like I love makeup. I love, all that stuff. When I was in prison, I think I did my makeup like twice, and that was for my release photo ID, and then we had some like sunflower festival come into the prison, and there was like music and stuff, so it was like, so I was like, okay, we'll do it for then. But every single day, no.
Sunflower festival.
So that's the last thing on my mind.
So they have regular makeup in
Yeah.
there, or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Another former resident, Cheyenne, says,
I would say girls do makeup, just not to the extent that Kenzie took it. Like they maybe do a little eyeshadow, maybe a little lip liner or something like that. But Kenzie was like full face done going to the club, like makeup, walking around. Time she hit the yard, she's not coming out without her hair done. Like she woke up at 6 in the morning to start getting her hair ready, makeup ready, and stuff like that. I remember she told me because she always wanted me to meet her first yard.
This shit's so pixelated. It look like everybody talking, bro. Is the one talking is the upper right?
Ready, makeup ready, and stuff like that. I remember she told me because she always wanted me to meet her first yard, and it was at like 7, 8 in the morning. And she's like, yeah, I'll be up by 6 doing all this.
Cheyenne has since come out on TikTok to talk about all of this, and she even posted a picture stating, I'm gonna show you guys what she looks like most of the time. So this is what I mean by that. And she inserts a picture of Makenzie in prison.
Like what kind of photo? Like
A
mugshot?
selfie of Makenzie Shurilla in prison.
By herself?
Yes. Now, people are
What?
like, oh my God, did she stick a phone up her butt? Like, did she pay a CO, like a correctional officer, to get this phone? They have these tablets that they do video calls on, and you can actually send pictures to your loved ones. So you can take pictures, like, yeah.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah. And so Cheyenne is like, I'm going to show you what she looks like. And the picture for my audio listeners is a picture of Makenzie, one that has been widely circulating now. And she's just posing with the camera. And I will say that she has more makeup on than I think I have on right now. So it's definitely, and that's not to be like, oh, I don't even wear makeup. No, I wear a lot of makeup. Like she's wearing a lot of makeup. It's definitely not just, let me throw on some eyebrows and curl my lashes and call it a day. This is the type of makeup that I would do if I'm going to like a birthday dinner. This is not just, I gotta go to the grocery store and run some errands.
Yeah.
she walked around like she knew she was seeing, like she knew she was getting attention, like she was that girl. She would wear makeup, like full beat, full face, full everything, every single day.
In prison, or at least this prison, you can also buy exclusive clothing. And apparently a Nike hoodie could go for like $300-400 because it's prison.
Oh.
They're not gonna make it affordable.
Right.
And Cheyenne says that Makenzie had everything she wanted.
That girl had the TV. That girl had, like I said, the gems. She had,
Oh, there's so finessing niggas in there too. Tribe, sorry, not a random tangent, but like slightly a deviation. I'm realizing that these private prisons are really finessing folks, bruh. The amount of income that they generate from either keeping people there or trying to get people in there is very interesting to me. And before people take that and run with it, I still very much think that prisons should exist and that niggas should go to there if they've done something bad, and niggas should stay in there and die and all that shit. Like I'm well, maybe not die. I've been talking with my nephew, and maybe I've reformed a little bit of my opinions on like being so casual with the death penalty, but at the same time, I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm still reserving judgment. Continuing.
That girl had a TV. That girl had, like I said, the gems. She had exclusive pink shirt, painted on shoes that she got done did. Had like 4 or 5 pairs of shoes.
Altered clothes, flat iron, curling iron, all of that.
Cheyenne says you pay $15 each for one of those gems in her hair. And in
What
the
is
picture that
gems?
Cheyenne, it's literally like when you're 5 years old and you throw a giant bedazzled gem.
How many was in there?
Could go in.
Where?
It
Nigga, that's $45, bruh.
and in
What
the
is
picture that
gems?
Cheyenne, it's literally like when you're 5 years old and you throw a giant bedazzled gem. Okay, you can actually like it's actually cute as an adult too, but it's just not worth $15.
Not on her.
a piece.
And she has a lot of those in her
She's
hair?
in that picture. She has like 4.
That is so what?
Yeah.
And these
Bro.
are things they sell in the prison?
I think some of them you have to get from other cottages. Like, for example, the waist trainer. Cheyenne is like, I don't know how she got the waist trainer, but Cheyenne speculates that it's from the pregnancy cottage. So they have a cottage for all the pregnant women, and they might give you waist trainers, or you can maybe purchase them. And so she's thinking because it's from the
You
pregnancy
can just
cottage,
get-
it's probably going to cost Makenzie like $150 for a very basic waist trainer.
Yeah.
Bro, so
And
who's giving
so
her this
basically
money?
the parents are funding her
Yes.
spendings, right?
My husband Bagel Noona hurt me.
Yeah. And so basically the parents are funding her
Yes.
spendings,
Yeah,
right?
okay,
Yes.
okay.
She's wearing all of that. And according to Cheyenne, Makenzie is doing line dancing every night. She's going to go learn dancing every night. And she's just in one of the best cottages of the facility.
So I asked her what cottage she lived in. She was like, Wheeler. That's crazy. Like, Wheeler has like flat screens, actual couches, rooms that you can close your door because it was like an open prison, so you just had bunks everywhere, like little cubicles of bunks, open, like anybody could walk in there. But Wheeler wasn't like that.
Other cottages, it's just like bunks out in the open.
They can get privacy.
Wheeler, it's like a dorm. You can close the door to your room.
Yeah. But how does she end up there? Is it just by luck, by chance?
Usually it's for lifers.
Okay.
Yeah. Kat says the widely circulating comparison online about Makenzie is pretty accurate.
I do say that she wanted to be like Regina George. I mean, just the way that she did her makeup, the way that it was like she was going out to a club or something, she thought she was going to be famous or photographed. She would wear her clothes altered so they would be form-fitting.
I'm telling you,
and
bro.
she would make fun.
She did not. She would make fun of people.
She would wear her clothes altered so they would be form-fitting, and she would make fun of people who had less than she did because she was well taken care of inside prison. Her mom was super kind of made it like a cupcake camp for her in there, like very cushiony. She had everything like that we could have and more in prison.
Yeah, they said that Makenzie would go behind people who are bigger in size than her and like mock them about their size by doing hand gestures like this behind them in the yard. But one of the more enlightening things to come out of all of this is stories of Makenzie in prison that she has, quote, gone gay for the stay and has been having trains run on her in the bathroom. That's the exact verbiage that people have been using. I'm actually not even entirely sure what that means. I mean, I am to some degree familiar with what it means to have a train run on somebody, but I'm not sure in this context.
That's what I
in
was
the prison
wondering.
Cheyenne says there's just so much dating drama inside of Ohio Reformatory.
Girls always have a new girlfriend in there, like every other day. Like, somebody was somebody's ex every day. This girl was talking to this girl every day. It's just how it goes down in there because it's boring. You don't have anything to do in there, so you just fill your time with anything, honestly.
Which is kind of how Cheyenne starts dating Makenzie. Okay? Or at least that's what Cheyenne says. Now, to fully understand this, let me break it down. According to internet rumors and former inmates who have come out to talk about knowing Makenzie in prison, which, side note, many of them actually have been coming out before the Netflix documentary to share their story. So it doesn't seem like these people are just coming out now because the case has gone viral again and
That's what I
wanting to
was
get TikTok
yeah,
famous.
okay.
They've been talking about it for a while.
Okay.
Makenzie.
Yeah. So to break it down, according to Cheyenne, Makenzie has this best friend in prison named Jasmine. These are the two that walk the yard, gems in their hair, full makeup. Her and Jasmine, okay?
Right.
did a lot for Makenzie, apparently. Makenzie was allegedly making hooch alcohol in prison, and a CO came in, found it. Jasmine took the fall because Makenzie had an appeal coming up, so Jasmine wanted to take the fall for it. Anyway, Makenzie is besties with Jasmine. Jasmine is dating another inmate by the name of Juice, who has also come out and has started making videos about this. So Jasmine and Juice are dating, and Juice is really close friends with Cheyenne. And near the end of Cheyenne's stay, Juice comes up to her and is like, hey, Makenzie thought you were cute since you first popped out. She already has like a little nickname for you. She calls you Fro. So Cheyenne was like, when I was in prison, I had this huge fro because, you know, there's not like, you can't really get your hair done, right? And Cheyenne's like, I'm like, all right, bet. And she was like, well, Makenzie said she wanted you to meet her on the next yard. So Juice is like, Cheyenne, Makenzie thinks you're cute, wants to meet you at the yard. She's got a nickname for you. She calls you Fro. Cheyenne says she never really felt inclined to talk to Makenzie ever because she just gives off full Regina George vibes, just mean girl radiating off of her.
It's some
but
high
now
school
she's
shit,
intrigued.
bro. Like...
She's also, she admits, bored out of her freaking mind, just like losing her mind, going bonkers in there. Okay, so this is like the most exciting thing that could happen.
I go outside to hit the yard. I see her and Jasmine immediately walking because they're always out there. You can always spot them. And I walked to her like, hey, what's up? And she's like, what's up? Like, and I kid you not, the first thing she says to me is, you're top 3 on my hottest people on the farm list.
I guess she calls it the farm. Apparently they hit it off. Okay, Cheyenne is asking Makenzie if they want to grab dinner.
What the fuck is going on?
Clearly it's rough in there. Like Cheyenne and Kat have come out to say like it does get rough in there. Like they're making it sound like a walk in the park, but it's really depressing. It's really rough. Like you lose sense of agency. I get it.
Yeah.
But also like it's not as rough as one might imagine. Like I watched Prison Break and like, do you want to grab dinner? Doesn't really resonate with Prison Break. You get what I'm saying?
Bro, I'm hearing this shit. It sounds like an awkward conversation happening outside of a restaurant on a normal ass sunny day. They're in prison for life, or Makenzie is. Do you want to? What the fuck is the farm list?
Do you want to grab dinner? Doesn't really resonate with Prison Break. You get what I'm saying?
I do know that.
Do I think prisons need to be tougher? No, I'm actually for prison reform. Anyway.
Yeah.
Makenzie is looking at Cheyenne like she's crazy.
So the yard's about to close, so I'm like, you guys are gonna go to dinner? And like Makenzie just looks at me crazy. Like I just asked her like something she's never heard or in a foreign language. And she's like, no, I don't eat the prison food. I will never eat the prison food. And I was like, oh, okay. And she's like, yeah, I cook every single day. Like, every single day I cook.
Makenzie cooks?
Yeah. Cheyenne says...
cook?
Yeah, exactly. Cheyenne's, like, thinking about it, and she's going through it, and she's like, that's actually a lot of money, okay? So Cheyenne's breaking it down, and she says, quote...
Everything's cheap in prison, but you have to buy every single thing to make it a meal. Like, say if you want to buy a pizza, you got to buy wraps to make the crust. You gotta make pepperonis. You gotta buy pizza sauce. You gotta buy cheese. You gotta buy a shredder for the cheese. So like cooking every single day with your commissary like would be a lot because you only get a certain amount of commissary in there for like a certain time period. So cooking every day, you'd probably run out within like 3-4 days. But that's like a lot to do, especially every day because like I said, you can cook it in a microwave. So you have to make everything separately. You have to get a microwave spot, which is like I said, 200 girls in like one cottage, and there's only 2 microwaves. So you have to get a spot like every day, go out there, prep for that spot, be ready. If you run out of time, you're out of that microwave, you can't finish the food. So you really have to be prepared for it. So it's really a lot.
Anyway, the two of them start talking, flirting.
That sounds overly complicated.
When they would hang out, Cheyenne says she noticed a few things about Makenzie that she's now sharing. One is that Makenzie kind of seemed amused at the idea that some people call her Shurilla the killer.
So, okay, back to your intro. You're saying that everyone saw this documentary in the prison?
They saw an ID investigation discovery episode.
Oh,
yeah.
That is
so
kinda
they
wild.
say it's kind of interesting because when you first meet someone in prison, you ask them for their charges, right?
Yeah.
And then they like, and do I think this happens? Absolutely. I think the criminal justice system in America is completely forked. But everyone in prison is innocent, you know, most of the time, right? Everyone is innocent. And so what happens, Cheyenne was explaining that you learn about someone's charges. And then if you want to befriend them, you go and you call your mom and you're like, you got to Google this person and see if their charges match up to what's happening, right? So people know that people probably have a vague idea of Makenzie Shurilla's crimes, and they probably hear her side of the story of like, oh my God, it was pots, whatever she says. And then they see Investigation Discovery on the show and they're like, wait, what?
That's Shurilla the Killer comes
Yeah.
from.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And Makenzie doesn't hate the nickname. Makenzie apparently told Cheyenne, just like deadpan, not even offended. Yeah, people call me Shurilla the Killer. Just like, what? And it seems like Makenzie really, really believes she's going home sooner rather than later because Cheyenne says,
She told me how she was working on an appeal. She's going home. Like, she's going to be home. How me and her were going to talk when we got home. We're going to continue this outside when she came, when she got home.
So she's getting life without parole with
Cheyenne or Makenzie?
Makenzie.
15 years. She's eligible for parole in 15 years. But
okay.
most likely, it's going to be highly, highly unlikely that she's going to get parole in 15 years.
Okay, based on
like typically if you're in 15 to life, it's really hard to get parole, especially for killing people. And then it seems from what I know and from what I've heard that Dom and Davion's family members are going to be there at every single parole hearing and they will take that into account. Also on top of that, she has like 36 misconduct records in prison right now.
Of course.
And that
I was just waiting, bro, because I'm thinking in my head, like, so she's performed admirably in front of, like, she's passed through all checks. My nigga, she was making alcohol in the freaking dorm, in the freaking cell. So you mean to tell me her friend took the fall every time? Nah. And I really do like that Dom and Davion's parents will be there. Do not let that shit slide. No. Because the disrespect in my mind, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm a pretty vengeful nigga. I'm gonna keep it honest. That disrespect has to be repaid. No cap, bruh. The amount of disrespectful shit I've seen occur from Makenzie's family, aside from the little sister, has to be repaid.
36 misconduct records in prison right now. And that also gets factored into parole.
36.
Yeah.
36 is wild.
Are you going to talk about?
Yeah, but most of it is like not being in her room, like being in the wrong rooms, wrong areas, right? Because Cheyenne kind of insinuates that's what happens when you're dating people. And then also just having contraband. And most of the contraband is like altered clothing, shoes that she's not supposed to have. Yeah.
Fascinating. Wow.
Yeah.
36 is pretty wild.
That's a lot.
That is a
She's
lot.
been there for how many years? That's like one a month.
Yeah. Cheyenne says in a TikTok.
And then she was showing me her scars, and she wanted me to, like, touch them. And I kid y'all not, no bullcrap. When I touched them, a chill literally ran through my body. Like, my hair stood up, back of my neck, arms, everything. It just, I don't know, something felt weird and off. So I kind of, like, pulled my hand back a little bit, and she's like, what? What's wrong? You don't think I'm pretty with all my scars? Is it nasty to you? Do I look disgusting? I'm like, no, it's just kind of, like, chilling and shocking seeing all this. Then Makenzie looked me dead in my eyes, y'all. Dead in my eyes. And said, thank God nothing happened to my face, because I still want to be a model when I get out of here.
I knew it,
Another
bro.
interesting
I
fact.
dead ass knew it. I literally knew that's what the goal is still in her head. She's still trying to be an Instagram model. Tribe. I'm not lying to you when I said that the only true thing I believe Makenzie was honest about is that she wants to be famous. She wants to be an Instagram model, bruh. I said that way back in part 2, part 1. That's the only true thing she's ever said that she really actually, like, that's factual in her head. So in my mind, she's going to move accordingly. The people that can put her in positions to actually understand the reality of the situation aren't seeing that. And by people, I mean her parents, my nigga. Like, her parents think that she just some, cute little hiccups. Like, cute little hiccups. Oh, nah, I'm not gonna get heated, bro. It's only been 23 minutes. We've been doing good so far. I ain't gonna lie. We've been performing admirably. Let's continue to perform. Let's continue the performance, bro. No cap, okay? No crash outs yet.
And said, thank
I don't
God
like how you-
nothing happened to my face, because I still want to be a model when I get out of here.
Another interesting fact with this is Juice. Remember Juice, Cheyenne's friend dating Jasmine?
Yeah.
Juice says in a TikTok,
her mom literally still goes out and buys everything and anything that Kenzie would like. That way, when she gets out one day, she'll go home and come home to a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, apparently her mom goes out and buys stuff and like puts it in her room.
This is unbelievable.
And this seems to be a very consistent thing people have been saying, that Makenzie acts like she's getting out soon. Kat says,
Makenzie walked around like she was going to get out soon. Like, she had no worries. I'm sorry, if I just got a life sentence, girl, I'm stressed. No, couldn't tell. Walked around with her head held high, would cut her little crop tops, would walk around with hickeys on her neck, because that's just what girls do. They get in there and go gay for this day, whatever. Living in a fantasy world, like still striving to be that it girl in prison that got her to be in this position in the first place, like influencer, all that. But like, baby girl, those days are gone. I told you she walked around like she always, like she was getting out. Well, it is what it is. Like, it's fucked up, but she did not walk around remorseful. She walked around like she was still in the free world or like still in high school. And she was a mean girl. Like, you could see she looked down on other people, like laughed at people, would talk about people, which at the end of the day, no one really in there gave a fuck, because we're looking at her like, you're laughing and looking down at people, but you're gonna be in here for
That's why I said this shit's so stupid. How can you like, I don't know, bro. How can you respect niggas and fear niggas that stay in there for life if you not staying in there for life?
because we're looking at her like, you're laughing and looking down at people, but you're gonna be in here for the rest of your life, and we're getting out and going home.
And the girl that I saw didn't look sad, didn't look depressed, was very almost, like I said, happy-go-lucky. Like, didn't even.
Ew, shut up, bruh. Like, your voice is being picked up, dude. On the mic. Like, I'm not, if I'm recording a vid and there's a voice in the background while there's audio going on, like, shut up. I'm gonna have to edit your voice out. That's so annoying. I don't want to hear your voice while there's stuff going on. What? I'm being dead serious. What are you talking about? There's never nothing in the freezer. I know y'all come here every time and y'all leave empty-handed heated. It's like, how do y'all keep I stopped checking the freezer months ago, bruh. Huh? Bro, it's 2 o'clock, my dude. Did you forget? Like, are you good? Bro, we're leaving in like 8 hours, bro. You know we got the flight, right? Yeah, that doesn't solve your DoorDash issue if that's what you were wondering. You know what it is open? What? Bro, I don't particularly want to engage in this conversation. I do love you. You are my nephew, but I am in the zone right now. Like, I'm recording, bro. Like, I'm doing good. What do you want from me? There's no snacks. There's no ice cream. There's no DoorDash. There's no Uber Eats. Yo, I tried. That nigga hit me with a pout, bro. He said, should I give him some Uber Eats, some DoorDash? All right, enough of the laughter.
At the end of the day, no one really in there gave a fuck, because we're looking at her like, you're laughing and looking down at people, but you're gonna be in here for the rest of your life, and we're getting out and going home.
And the girl that I saw didn't look sad, didn't look depressed, was very almost, like I said, happy-go-lucky. Like, didn't even seem like she realized she was sitting in prison.
but she is sitting in prison.
Literally.
She is, which is exactly why we have so many jail calls. At the beginning of each call, it says in an automated tone,
"This call is not private. It will be recorded and may be monitored. If you believe this should be a private call, please hang up and follow facility instructions to register this number as a private number. To accept charges and
Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now."
Also, you can't just like get private phone calls. Typically, that's reserved for attorney-client privilege. So it's not like, oh, I just feel like this should be private. No, it's not going to be. There's a lot of normal conversations that you would expect from someone in jail. Makenzie is telling her mom all the things she's been doing. She's been making oatmeal in her room.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna make some oatmeal when I go in my room. But
Oh,
I
there
feel
you
like
go.
I eat all day.
How many packets of oatmeal do you have?
I have 3. I don't know if I should order more commissary or not. I think after I get off the phone with you, I'm gonna go order some com.
Just order it.
She says she's reading all the Harry Potter books and all she does is eat. There's not really much else to do. Her literary review of the first book in the Harry Potter series is, quote, good as fuck.
I don't know. I'm not even gonna sleep for now, and I'm almost done with this book. It's getting good as fuck. I want to keep reading it so bad, but like, I have to wait.
She says,
And it's crazy because I remember being in elementary school and being like, damn, these Harry Potter books big as fuck. Like, who the fuck is them? Now I'm ready.
Stop! Stop!
Oh, and her hair is getting softer. She says it smells good now. She says the showers are so foul, and she had this moment, she said, where she dropped the soap.
I dropped the soap in the shower, and I was like, oh no.
Oh,
But it's
no.
only it's a one-person shower. It's only a one-person shower. But I still got scared.
Right. Oh, my God.
I was still like, oh no. Oh no, not the soap. And I picked it up real quick, and I like looked around.
They start talking about how people are so weird about being naked here in the US, but in Italy it's fine, which makes Makenzie announce to her mom that she wants to live in Italy. Yeah.
Okay. And what the mom says?
Mom is like, yeah. And it's like, when? I mean, I want to live in Italy. What do you mean?
I want to live in Italy.
Right.
In another call, Makenzie says she doesn't want to shower because, quote,
Because, like, I'm cute and little. I don't want them to see me.
which somehow segues to Natalie asking about Mackenzie's butt. And Makenzie informs her, oh my God, they're going away. I don't know what's going away.
How's your butt?
Oh my God, they're going away. But I have a pimple like right on my bone, my butt bone.
So just like lots of very casual conversations. In another call, she's talking about how long her hair is getting. She says,
My hair is so long, I could braid it if I wanted to.
You should braid it.
this is Natalie's tone for everything. Oh yeah, you should braid it. Oh yeah, you should eat. Oh, that's good. Yeah, you should braid it.
I'm not talking about my hair on my head.
Oh.
I'm talking about my leg and my coochie and my armpits, actually. But I'm mainly talking about my legs.
Right.
And it's so like
What
weird.
What the fuck are we listening to right now, bruh?
I mean, even if that is what's happening, I just can't imagine telling my mom
At all.
that my hair down there is getting so long I could braid it.
What?
It's an odd conversation.
On me.
In another call, she mentions how she's scared to shower because
Yeah, this is really orange is the new black. I'm like the prettiest person here. Like, I feel bad even saying that, but like,
there is a lot of moments, however, in these calls where it just feels like Makenzie and Natalie, and a lot of these conversations, most of them are with Natalie, it feels like they're out of touch with reality and what they can't grasp what the reality of their situation is. There's one moment where Makenzie and her mom are talking about a friend of Mackenzie's, and Makenzie says, oh my God, why would she go to jail again? What is wrong with her? She's bad as fuck, like badass little kid.
She needs me. She needs me as a friend. I'll keep her out of jail.
yep.
What? Nah. Hey. That shit was funny because of the absurdity of the statement. But what the fuck? What? Yo. Whoa. Whoa. What does that mean? I don't know. But what? What did she? Nah, one more time just so I can make. Where my glasses at? I need to hear this shit better.
She needs me. She needs me as a friend. I'll keep her out of jail.
Yep.
What is happening? This is a
What the-
recorded phone call from jail. How can you keep her out of jail? You're on trial for murder.
You're in jail for life.
She says she wants to start a business when she gets out and says
I just hope like my life isn't taken from me.
she also talks about how someone in jail is allergic.
Oh my god, that low-key pissed me the fuck off. Yo. You just hope that your life isn't taken from you. What did you do? You literally took 2 lives. You literally took 2 futures away from 2 innocent people. So how dare you have any type of hope? How dare you have any type of want? Especially when you haven't put in any effort to show that you're... Yo. This shit's so wicked, it's not even making sense to me, bro. Come on, let's all breathe. We can't crash out yet. We cannot crash out just yet. But... Oh! Sip of water. Come on, sip with me.
She says she wants to start a business when she gets out and
What?
says
I just hope like my life isn't taken from me.
she also talks about how someone in jail is allergic to lash glue just like her, and she found this hack of using wig glue, and Makenzie is like, when I get out and I go home and I do my own lashes, I'm gonna use wig glue.
When I get home, I'm going to do my own
Interesting.
eyelashes and use wig glue.
She has a lot of hopes of getting out. She says to a friend, yeah, when I go home, I think I'm gonna get a job. Which, like, ooh, okay. Probably should.
Yeah, I want to be like either a social media manager, or I'm going to be like a life coach, or I'm going to keep going to school to be a nutritionist, and like I want to help people eat healthy. When I get out of here, I'm going back to eating healthy though, but
I don't know if Makenzie knows much about eating healthy. In one phone call, her mom is making a smoothie with baby spinach. And Makenzie says,
Well, it's baby spinach, so it's bad for you.
Wait, why?
Because it's baby. What the fuck is baby spinach?
It's young, tiny spinach.
My cortisol is spiking, tribe. The crash out phase is approaching rapidly, but I'm trying to stave it off. I'm trying. I'm dead ass trying my hardest, bro. I'm not saying dead ass no more.
Because it's baby. What the fuck is baby spinach?
It's young, tiny spinach,
Yes, it's genetically modified.
but it's organic.
which, side note, this is not true. Baby spinach is not genetically modified, but Makenzie continues arguing.
Organic doesn't always mean good, though. You have to know.
Non-GMO. No,
Nah.
non-GMO. Yes, it is.
I don't believe that. That's a lie.
What?
In
Nigga,
another
you're
phone call with her mom, she says, when I go home, this is my plan.
So
dude.
first, obviously, like, I'm staying with you guys as long as possible, but while I stay with you guys, I'm gonna start saving that money. And I'm gonna try to like move like out of Strongsville. Like I want to move like somewhere with a lot of land, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
a little house, but I'm gonna make it. Really,
Of course you are. It's gonna be super cute.
I don't want a big house. I want like a little house that's nice on the inside, so I can have a lot of nice things, but I don't want a big ass house.
She says, do you know what?
This is actually a little bit sad. I ain't gonna lie, because this shit never happening. So when you look at it from that context, it's like, and her mom is like, yeah, of course. It almost sounds like ChatGPT, if I'm being honest. It's just superfluous statements meant to go along with whatever you say in order to encourage you, but it don't really mean nothing. It's just nonsensical. Yeah, totally. I believe in you. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This doesn't feel good.
So I can have a lot of nice things, but I don't want a big ass house.
She says, do you know what I kind of want to do when I go home? I want to do a DNA test. But then I don't want the government to have my DNA. Girl, the government has your freedom. I think you kind of have to eat the frog on this one. Like, you've got bigger fish to fry. Your house is on fire, and you're talking about saving the curtains. Nevertheless, she
Good
continues.
analogy.
That's why I kind of wanted to take one, but then I decided I don't know if I want to take one because then I don't want the government to have my DNA.
Yeah, I know. That's why I don't do it either.
Because they can do whatever they want with it, and I don't want to be like on a list or some shit. I don't want them to have my shit. I mean, they can have my fingerprints. I don't give a fuck. Have my fucking fingerprints.
You are on a list. You're on a pretty detailed list of incarcerated individuals. The government seems very familiar with Makenzie, even if we're just judging by the FOIA file.
Are
The
these
government
real
gave
statements,
me
bro?
extensive information about you. I think they know who you are. I think they know what you're doing. I think they know where you are, what you eat, what you read. They know to some degree what you're even talking about on the phone. And while I do agree the government is not...
Bro, they got her in more than 4K, my nigga. Fuck the camera shit. They got her in real life. Every single moment, bro. It's not even in 4K, nigga. It's in IRL. You're caught in every shape, way, or form. They got your past, present, and future. Damn, they put a time lock on your ass. Literally, they have everything. And they're going to be able to predict where you're going to be 10 years from now. Down to the day. Every day. Come on, bruh. Like, what is she saying, bro? They don't need your DNA, nigga. They have you. What the fuck? The amount of delusion that seems to be growing in Makenzie's head is pretty interesting to me, because at one point does it break? And if and when it does break, what is her reaction gonna be to that? Because I don't imagine it'll be good.
And while I do agree the government is not to be trusted with their increasing oversight on their citizens, you're literally incarcerated. I don't know why this logic annoys me so much.
It's pissing me off.
In one jail call, this is while Makenzie is on trial for murder. So like the trial is happening and she's having these phone calls. And Makenzie is giggling to her mom about a message that one of her friends sent. So Makenzie's trial was not live streamed. It was a bench trial. It lasted about approximately 8 days. And there were parts of it that were recorded, but it was not like fully live streamed from start to finish.
Okay.
And she's reading the message and she says,
I just said, also, bro, your ass is gotten so big, LMAO. Like, I watched the live stream, and when you walked in, I was like, damn.
Did she just... Did she just LMA? Okay. We have now approached the gate of crash out stage, and I ain't gonna lie, my hand on the door, but I'm not opening it. I just opened the fucking door. She just fucking LMAO, like she's been doing it for a while. Cause the way it was smooth. Like she's, yo. No, close Close the door. Close the door. Close the door. Close the door. Close the door.
It's not like fully live streamed from start to finish. And she's reading the message and she says,
Kendra said, also, bro, your ass has gotten so big, LMAO. Like, I watched the live stream, and when you walked in, I was like, damn, Jay said the same thing. And you look really good.
Everybody's saying you got a bumping little booty now. Everybody.
Oh my god.
I do work out, and, like, my butt got fat as fuck. Like, I don't even know how to, like, I can't even tell you. Like, everyone always tell me my butt fat as fuck.
Yo. Okay, the door is open without my consent. I ain't gonna lie. That shit is open, and I've already started walking in. Cause what the fuck is she talking about right now? What are we hearing? What is this conversation with your mother? What? I don't get this shit. I don't get it, bro. Why is she saying this?
I don't even know how to, like, I can't even tell you. Like, everyone always tell me my butt fat as fuck. And, like, my butt was cute and little before, but now it's fat and cute.
in another conversation, Natalie mentions there's going to be a podcast about this case tonight on somebody's, thing. Kenzie, it's insane.
What do you mean? It's going to be on what?
Somebody's going to be talking about it on their podcast. Everybody's just looking for their 5 minutes of fame. How many likes can they get?
I think that's why this is so popular, because
it's like it's a mystery. But it's not. It is. It's, you know what I mean?
Natalie keeps in.
What type of mother is this, bro? I don't even want to say like she's a mom. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like it's a mystery. But it's not. It is. It's, you know what I mean?
Natalie keeps encouraging Makenzie, write your book. Start writing your book. You start writing your book, okay?
Write your book. Start writing your book. You hear what I'm saying?
In that same exact conversation, Makenzie asks her mom, how do you spell eventually? And her mom stops halfway. She's like, E-V-E. And then she's like, hold on, I gotta type it out. Maybe neither of them should ever write books. Maybe they should read a book first. But it appears, if not books, maybe modeling. Makenzie says, I have this feeling that something's going to happen with all these people reaching out. So she's getting a lot of weird guys reaching out and producers reaching out. Producers probably trying to get her for a documentary. And then guys probably lying, saying they're producers just to get in contact with her. But there are a lot of people who reach out to inmates that they deem pretty. Creepy guys. But she is like, this must mean something.
Like, you remember that one guy who got arrested for murder and he became like a model because he was just like, everyone was like loving his mugshot?
So she thinks something's gonna happen.
You see how trivial, like, she's just treating this. Yeah, he got arrested for murder, but everyone was looking at it and loving it. Like, bro, this shit really, there's a pit in my stomach. You just talk about that shit like it's just a Tuesday, bro. She don't give a fuck about Dom and Davion, bro. She never did. She never did, my nigga.
Just like everyone was like loving his mugshot.
So she thinks something's gonna happen. And Natalie is like, yeah, and these men, these people are paying money to talk to you because you have to buy stamps to send letters. And Makenzie says, as they should.
What is happening?
I don't know, husband Mango Noona.
But Natalie, I was losing my mind. There were so many times he was like, are you okay, babe?
The mom and the Makenzie both are kikiing over.
Yes, hypothetical imaginary scenarios that will never happen. And they're kikiing over it.
Yeah.
And it's like.
And then giving the context of what's going on. This is not real.
This
for the
is
mom to say, no, these men are paying money to talk
Yeah.
to you. What?
Yeah. Natalie keeps encouraging Makenzie to write her book because, quote,
start writing your book. So nobody can like twist or use things, your feelings that you say in a weird way to fit their growth narrative kind of thing.
In another call, Makenzie is ranting.
Yes, that shit is just irritating as fuck. Like, they're acting like I killed like 85 people. Like, I didn't kill nobody.
And while all the
Okay. She. If you didn't kill nobody? So you just in there for what? All that evidence is lying. Impartial evidence, by the way. Not trying to fit no narrative, not trying to twist. Impartial evidence. All that cap. Yo, you know what's so funny though? The mom is pissing me off even more because the amount she's feeding into the delusion, and there is no sense of fucking reality happening, bro. I'm so confused as to how there isn't a person that is trying to be real. And I think that's what it is. Makenzie has surrounded herself with people that feed into her delusion. So no, it never gets broken. The moment someone tries to break that delusion, they're labeled as a hater. So maybe Rosie and Bubba fed into Makenzie's delusion, and that's why they defended her so much, because Makenzie will always treat anybody that feeds into her delusion exceptionally.
In another call, Makenzie is ranting.
Yes, that shit is just irritating as fuck. Like, they're acting like I killed like 85 people. Like, I didn't kill nobody.
And while all this is happening, Natalie encourages her, save the world.
While you're there, go to school, right? Do what you got to do. You know, maybe you should go into freaking law school and fix the system. Because what the fuck is this?
I don't want to do math and stuff like that, though.
I don't think that that's involved with doing
I
justice.
would, but, like, I don't know if I want to, like, take the time to do it because it's, like, a lot of work.
But you have time, right? And you are an amazing arguer. You know what I mean? Because you're based on facts, and you tell people what it is, and you don't stop. People need that. Think of how you defend people that have been wronged, Kenzie. They need you.
But one particular jail call that has been going viral is of Natalie telling Makenzie,
Kenzie,
what the fuck is she talking about? No, actually, what is she talking about? She's literally just, she sound like an AI bot. I'm gonna keep it a buck. It's just a bunch of words strewn together that ultimately mean nothing. She's an amazing arguer, so she should go into the law system, and she's based on facts. You think based off of the evidence provided to us from these text messages, Makenzie is based off facts? What? Did the parents not read the text messages? There's no way, cause that shit public. You feel me? Like, there's no way they didn't see the text messages. They just ignoring that shit.
how you defend people that have been wronged, Kenzie. They need you.
But one particular jail call that has been going viral is of Natalie telling Makenzie,
Kenzie, it's on the Today Show.
What?
Girl, I'm telling you, they're about to get ready for the biggest plot twist of the century, right?
What? What did they say about me?
No, it's not on the TV. It's just online, and they're just reposting the story, but that's okay. That's okay, right? That's all right. Plot twisted, right? Write your book. Start writing your book.
I'm so fucking confused. What's the plot twist? Did I miss a scene? Did I miss a chapter? Yo, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Natalie, I don't do this because I never like making fun of anybody's appearance. Actually, unless you're a bad person. You're a bad person, Natalie. I'm gonna keep it a buck. You look like Peter Pettigrew. Fuck, nigga. I would say you look like Remy from Ratatouille, but I actually fuck with dogs. So I'm not even gonna put them type of allegations on dog. But Peter Pettigrew, yeah, go hand in hand. I'm talking about. What does she mean plot twist? Is she saying right, bro?
Right? Write your book. Start writing your book. You hear what I'm saying?
What plot twist?
Right.
that she is not guilty or whatever, right?
He's been convicted!
Yeah.
So wait, it's all over the world now that Today Show is like national news?
Okay, I gotta tell you one more thing.
Nigga, I haven't watched the Today Show since 9th grade. And that was involuntary? What do you mean now? Nobody watches the Today Show, okay? Actually, the Today Show ain't do nothing. Let me chill. I'm just crashing. I'm just crashing out now. I ain't gonna lie. No, yeah, the Today Show innocent.
So wait, it's all over the world now that Today Show is like national news?
Okay, I gotta tell you one more thing.
What?
It was published in England.
Fuck England! I'm playing. Why is she telling her this? Like it's something to be proud of. I can't be surprised. I can't be surprised.
Oh.
Yeah.
So wait, it's all over the world now that Today Show is like national news?
Okay, I gotta tell you one more thing.
What?
It was published in England. Okay.
What?
Yes.
It's world news?
I think the Daily Mail just publishes it in all their publications, but yeah, the UK.
Wait, the mom is so excited right now?
Yeah.
Like so excited?
Yeah.
Mackenzie's case is international news.
Yeah.
And she's so excited.
They're giggling.
They're like, wow.
Yeah.
We are famous.
Yeah.
It's on the Daily Mail?
In UK.
Maybe Kim Kardashian will reach out herself.
That's what I'm saying. I'm hoping. We're getting there. I was going to do this anyway, so this
the fuck? What? 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 I was gonna try to think of a Kim Kardashian impersonation, but I don't know the first thing about Kim Kardashian, if I'm being honest with you. But I know Kim Kardashian, like, I'm gonna do what the fuck?
I'm hoping. We're getting there. I was going to do this anyway, so this is great.
And they could just reach out to us.
Mm-hmm.
Makenzie then relays this information to a friend. Okay, she's relaying the good news.
My mom was like, well, maybe Kim Kardashian's seen. And I was like, I hope. Yeah, maybe Kim will now that it's like all over. I was like, I mean, that's the only thing that might be good about the whole media thing. Maybe Kim will see it.
So this is an
What's up with this obsession with, is Kim Kardashian the savior of murderous girls that want to be Instagram models? My fault, Kim. I ain't even mean to, you feel me? But like, she's making y'all sound like the murder white girl savior. What is going on?
I hope. Yeah, maybe Kim will now that it's like all over. I was like, I mean, that's the only thing that might be good about the whole media thing. Maybe Kim will see it.
So this is an undated jail call, but I have an inkling it feels like it could be around the Netflix time, because they do talk about this being in the news during the trial and very early on in this case. And Makenzie was very stressed. She didn't like it being on the news. And then with Natalie even saying like, this is what I was going to do anyway, and maybe Kim Kardashian will reach out. It seems like with Netflix, their whole intention was like, we're going to get some sort of appeal. We're going to get people riled up for injustice. Like, I think that's how they saw it themselves. I don't know for sure, but that's the feeling that I get. And so maybe they think the news, the attention is great because now people will finally see the injustice and, oh my gosh, the crime of putting her in jail, prison.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so the friend says, I mean, that's the only thing that might be good about the whole media thing. Maybe Kim will see it. So it doesn't sound like it was around the same time frame as the trial when they are talking about these media calls and they don't like it. So but I don't know. It's undated, right? But Makenzie,
so why are they so excited that Kim's going to see it?
Because Kim likes to fight for people who were wrongly convicted. Like she'll fight for people who are on death row that
you're saying that
innocent.
Kim's gonna repost this and say free Makenzie.
Yeah, and it'll start a little movement and there will be like a change.org and then maybe she will get out, right?
I don't know. You have to figure out because I'm real nervous and I want Kim Kardashian to be my lawyer. I wish I was Kim Kardashian passed the baby bar.
Which I don't think is true at all. I don't think she passed the baby bar yet. She has been trying to pass the baby bar.
What the fuck is the baby bar? It's like a really hard test.
Which I don't think is true at all. I don't think she passed the baby bar yet. She has been trying to pass the baby bar. The baby bar is notoriously hard to pass, right?
That's what I'm saying.
She's a lawyer. Also,
I don't didn't pass.
I don't think she did. Yeah.
Okay.
I know she's failed a few times, which is not like shading or shaming someone.
It's a hard
the baby
test.
bar is that hard.
Yeah.
Right. But she also has like a completely other career that she's very busy with. So I don't know. Right. But I don't think she's a lawyer yet.
Yeah.
She's a lawyer. Yeah, she gets innocent people out of jail.
And I do want to clarify. I do think that Kim Kardashian advocating for people who are on death row that are innocent of their crimes is probably one of the best things that she's ever done. So this is not me saying like, oh, she's not a lawyer yet. Like it's actually very difficult to pass the baby bar.
I mean,
But
I saw those percentages.
It's correct. Anyway, the friend is like,
She does all the time. Kim works hard. She is. Miss Kimberly, we're going to have her get you out. And I will tell her I buy all her skins and I only wear skins.
having the right tools makes all the difference when you're starting your own business. Don't know where to start? Start with Shopify.
Shopify.com/rotten. I'm thinking in my head, what has allowed her to believe these things so much, so deeply? But then I gotta let go of that disappointment because it's literally the people she surrounds herself with. She won't allow for any dissonance in her little bubble. Any type of indication that her bubble could be popped, you won't even be able to talk to her. It's something that she's carefully curated, I feel like. What happens when slowly but surely the people that agree with her delusion slowly fade away? Because you can only feed into someone else's delusion so much until you gotta focus on your own life, on your own reality. What happens when the only person she gonna be able to talk to is her mom and a bunch of creepy niggas? I'm still surprised at how low people can go, because it's not just the individual, it's the people around said individual that's kind of surprising me. Like the fact that her mom is talking this way is like appalling. It's very, very, very discombobulating. Like I feel like niggas is taking me and just shaking me like, And it's like, yeah, you are you hearing it? Are you hearing this? I'm like, I think I am. I think I am. And it's like, what the fuck am I hearing? Can you slow me down so I can really process? But yeah, I've been slowed down this whole time, and I processed everything, and she's dead ass saying that. It's on record. It's on call.
You have to throw a dinner party. And your life depends on this dinner party, okay? I tell you.
I'm dead.
If nobody shows up to your dinner party, you are screwed.
Oh.
And you can either invite Group A or Group B.
I'm tribe.
Group
I'm
A
invited to
consists
tribe.
of 12 people.
Would y'all show
12
up?
strangers.
Please.
You don't know them. But just one person has to show up to your dinner party. That's it, okay? Do you invite Group A with 12 people or Group B? Group B consists of just one person. So you got one shot versus Group A, you have 12 shots. The question almost sounds dumb because it is, and I just be making up questions, but it's very obvious. You choose Group A. You invite the 12 strangers and hope that at least just one of them shows up. Now, what if I said I started a rumor? I went in there and I told Group A, the group with 12 strangers, that you never wash your hands before prepping dinner. They start talking to each other before the dinner party. They start phone calling each other. Did you know they don't wash their hands before dinner? Like before prepping anything? Then Group B, that singular person, they're professional food tasters. They know they're not the health department, and I don't really start this rumor. I say, whatever, if they wash their hands or not, that's not what you're basing your conclusion off of, if you show up or not. Okay, it's weird, but like, what about the next scenario? You invite Group A, but all you can give them is the coordinates to your house. Not a home address, the coordinates. I mean, you still have 12 chances that one person's going to show up, right? One person is going to go through the hassle of decoding the coordinates. Some might plug them in wrong, but at least like maybe one will show up. You don't know. But then I tell you, Group B, you know, that one person is a coordinate expert. It's as easy as them to show up to the coordinates as if you wrote the house address with the house number and the street name. They know how to read it easily. Who do you invite?
Group A.
This is like a very overcomplicated way of describing jury and bench trials, okay? A bench trial being, instead of the jury deciding your fate, it's one judge. And there's really only two reasons that people will choose that, and it's like the examples that I just gave. So especially in criminal cases, they like a jury trial. The mentality is you have to flip
The
one.
more varied.
That's why there's lawyers who specialize in voir dire, just picking a jury.
Voir dire?
They come in just for picking the jury and then they leave. They're not trial lawyers. And you got to flip them hard. You can't just flip them and say like, oh, now I have a little bit of doubt. Like they have to be able to stand their ground and say, no, like I have enough reasonable doubt. But you have technically 12 chances at reasonable doubt versus with a judge, you have one shot. And a judge is a professional hearer of excuses. They have heard every excuse and every argument in the book. It makes sense to opt for the jury. But from my very limited research, it seems like there's two reasons why people would opt for a bench trial if they have the option. So the first option is a very rare situation of science. This case is overly technical. There's extensive data. The whole narrative is data-based. There's no emotionally compelling narrative. All the facts, the arguments are rooted in complex scientific data. It would be worth considering. Now, this is also like a double-edged sword. Sometimes the confusing data, you want to go for a jury trial.
Confuse them.
Yeah, confuse them and make them believe it's reasonable doubt, but it's not. It's just they
a
don't
bunch of-
understand the
yeah,
data
yeah,
because
yeah.
we're all lay people. We're not specializing in this,
Yeah.
right? But if your innocence is in the data, maybe you do opt for a judge.
Because then they'd be able to
Because
spot it.
they're technically above average in the smarty pants department.
Facts.
They may be able to decipher
Well,
the truth and the science a bit
maybe
better than
facts.
12 jurors who don't have much experience in it.
Yeah.
So science, right? The second common reason is the defense is not a factual argument. So like the science is like the coordinates. But the second one is more like the washing the hands
Emotional?
argument. The defense is not a factual argument or an emotional argument or a compelling narrative argument. The argument the defense is making is legal. So for example, a man is charged with possession of a firearm by a felon. Everyone agrees he has a criminal history. That's fact. He has this object in his backpack that looks like a gun. And it is a gun, but the gun's firing mechanism was permanently removed years ago. And the statute in this jurisdiction defines firearm as something capable of expelling a projectile. So the defense is, sure he had it, sure he's a felon, sure is, but it's not a firearm. By the letter of the law, it's not a firearm. A judge may be more inclined to see this legal argument versus a jury might argue, does it really matter? It's a gun-shaped object. He had it in his possession. He couldn't have been wanting to do anything good with that. Basically a case of, I'm not arguing about what happened, I'm arguing about what the law means. Or another reason is like the facts are just revolting. And maybe the defendant is also revolting, but the law is on their side. So a hypothetical could be, And this is from Reddit. Like someone says, I'll give you a completely hypothetical as an example, right? Let's pretend you represent someone who is found with 100 terabytes of CSAM, and you realize there is an argument that under the case law, the person didn't actually disseminate or create any of it. And you've got yourself in this weird gray area situation. You're probably going to have a better chance convincing a judge to find in that manner. If a jury gets a hold of it, they're going to convict you as soon as the state proves your client was in possession. That's it. The facts are revolting, but maybe
scared.
the law is on your side.
I don't want to
The
know.
legal case is, maybe a little weak on the prosecutors. A judge can hold a line for beyond a reasonable doubt where jurors would be so disgusted. Beyond reasonable doubt line would be overridden by their disgust. They're like, I don't care about the law. He had it.
Yeah.
Like, that's all that matters to me.
Fascinating. Okay.
Makenzie Shurilla.
Hey, based off of the context. Oh, whoa. Yeah, what the fuck? Who cares what the law says? Then what? Yeah. Oh, I see what she's saying now. The emotional side of it conveyed to a juror, it would be easier to ignore the technicality when the emotional is so compelling.
I don't care about the law. He had it. Like, that's all that matters to me.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Okay.
Makenzie Shurilla chooses to have a bench trial where one single judge will decide her fate. It has been argued that maybe she chose a bench trial because the defense was going to argue that the black box data from the car is not enough to judge whether or not Makenzie had intent, and that maybe it was going to be rooted in the data. Because that's the intent part, they could argue. Whereas maybe jurors would see the black box data. It's not like emotionally compelling. They'd rather see the text messages, Instagram posts, and what she did after as more evidence. Another argument could be made that the facts are revolting. Her messages with Dom, her behavior before and after the crash, her smoking and driving posts, it's revolting. But maybe the defense believed it still does not prove intent legally. So maybe it's a legal argument of like, yes, she's kind of like not a good person, but like legally, is this intent? However, I do think it should be noted, I think the outcome of the trial was the right outcome. Not that my opinion matters, but I tend to agree with the verdict. I also think the choice on Makenzie's part to have a bench trial was kind of odd. I don't know if that was the best choice. I've listened also to a ton of lawyers be puzzled at the choice, but it really doesn't matter. Just because you choose the wrong choice doesn't mean there's injustice done to you, nor does it mean the outcome should be different. It's just more so like, why did you do that? It's very...
But let's be honest, we've been saying this the whole time. Why did you do this? Why did you do that? What the fuck is going through your head doing? Like, if Makenzie strikes me as the person to invoke such questions constantly. So it's not like I'm surprised, but that is an odd thing to do because emotionally it would probably be better to go for a jury. But I don't know, actually. Based off of the text messages and all of this shit that's been going on, like as far as the evidence goes, if she went for a jury trial, I wouldn't imagine that going well.
But it really doesn't matter. Just because you choose the wrong choice doesn't mean there's injustice done to you, nor does it mean the outcome should be different. It's just more so like, why did you do that? It's very interesting when you consider the fact that the defense did not bring in a medical expert to testify about POTS and the potential that Makenzie suffered a POTS-related episode. They only brought in her mom to testify to the judge, which a defendant's mother's assertions are, they only brought in her...
Like, is this lawyer permanently shamed, bruh? Only time I've seen this nigga face is when he was standing up when they delivered the verdict. He's just constantly looking down here. Are your notes that fucking important?
And the potential that Makenzie suffered a POTS-related episode. They only brought in her mom to testify to the judge, which a defendant's mother's assertions are probably held very low on the scale of credibility, but it's interesting that they didn't bring in a medical expert. It makes
they
you
knew it
wonder
was
whether
cap.
A, it was such a bad defense.
Bad.
B, there's no medical expert that would be willing to testify in the way that the defense would consider helpful, and they would get eviscerated in the cross-examination by the prosecutors. Or C, the defense knew the judge would see through some medical expert bullshit testimony that it's gonna be dumb. The judge is gonna get peeved and it's not going to make any sense and it's just gonna cost a ton of money, or maybe all of the above. Also, I do think it's interesting.
I feel a stern gaze of justice emanating from her steel green eyes. I don't know, man. I feel like she dead ass on her shit, though. Good job, Judge. I want no smoke.
Peeved and it's not going to make any sense and it's just going to cost a ton of money, or maybe all of the above. Also, I do think it's interesting that they didn't bring in an expert because we're still talking about it to this day. Because they left it open to interpret. They left it open as like a possibility. Now, had they brought in a medical expert and they got eviscerated during cross-examination,
It would have never been talked
that would be
about.
completely ruled out.
Yeah.
So instead of ruling it out, they've left it open.
Strategic,
But then
maybe.
there's this whole argument where people are like, well, did Makenzie not get a fair trial because her defense attorney was so incompetent they didn't even bring in a medical expert? So it's kind of, it's an argument that goes in circles. Makenzie states that she doesn't remember anything after the crash. And I mean, they don't bring in a POTS expert, but they also don't bring in an amnesia expert of any sort because people are skeptical that Makenzie conveniently does not remember anything in the pivotal moments before the crash. A lot of people who have been in car accidents anecdotally say that is a fact, is in fact something that does happen to them, but not bringing in an amnesia expert who can testify to that is a very interesting choice. Unless the defense thinks that whatever the expert will testify to, the judge isn't going to buy it. One former resident in the reformatory is asked whether or not they saw Makenzie show any signs of POTS in jail, and she says, not once. She seemed like a very healthy young girl. I mean, she was constantly in the yard. There were even times where we were in the middle of a heat wave and she was laying out with baby oil, tanning in 100-degree weather. She was very active, always walking. I never saw her get blood pressure checks, routine emergency. I never saw her go to take any sort of medication. She seemed healthy to me.
Because she is.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And we went through 31,000 pages of text messages between Makenzie and Dom. And it seems like most of her very strong health concerns came from, it does appear that she had a strong ED and she lost her period at some point. And there's a lot of conversation where Dom is encouraging her to eat and trying to get her to eat. So I think that they don't
disorder?
really ever talk about POTS, ever. But maybe they chose the bench trial because they were going to argue the legal technicality that yes, this happened. The crash was clearly done by Makenzie, but legally it's not intent because she was passed out or for whatever reason. If the bench trial was chosen for the fact that the black box information is so technical that a layperson would not be able to decipher it, which I don't necessarily agree with that. But if that were the case, it still confuses me that defense didn't provide compelling arguments on how that's the case. I think even Karen Reed's black box data was more hotly debated than this case.
Miss Reed!
I'm just a bit confused on the purpose of the bench trial, or was it chosen because they just thought Makenzie is just so unlikable that only a judge could put aside her actions before and after the crash and rule solely on what she's charged with? I have no clue. One Redditor theorizes if the prosecution is able to even get a few of those social media posts of hers admitted, then as a lawyer, I would push for a bench trial. She came across horribly, and whether instructed to do so or not, I could absolutely see jurors seeing her relentless self-adulation, performative indifference, rules don't apply to me, I get what I want attitude, and say to themselves, yeah, that seems like the type of girl who would and could do what she did, or what the prosecutors say she did.
Right.
Another viral case is Michelle Carter. Do you guys remember her? She encouraged her boyfriend to self-exit through text messages. She famously opted for a bench trial because her behavior... Oh, she was found guilty. She's found guilty of involuntary manslaughter. But her behavior was so deplorable, those text messages are gonna be admitted. She's not a likable person by a long shot. And the defense argued all these legal technicalities of okay, yeah, she did do those things. And the defense argued
This nigga trying to hear with everything he got in his right ear, bro. He really leaned in like this. God dang.
she's not a likable person by a long shot. And the defense argued all these legal technicalities of okay, yeah, she did do those things, but technically it's not manslaughter. They argued she wasn't even there. They argued there was no bodily harm inflicted by her. Also, whatever happened to free speech? They're arguing all these legal stuff, but it's you're a gross person. So they thought the jury would never see past you're a gross person. But I guess the judge didn't either. And also in that case, I agree with the verdict. I actually think it should have been stronger, but she was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter. Obviously, these are not even remotely similar cases, but it just does make you wonder that maybe, yeah, jurors would have found both of these girls not very redeemable. And sure, in hindsight, it might be easy to say, oh, well, maybe Makenzie was dumb for choosing a bench trial, but who knows? All I know is Makenzie does seem to piss off a lot of people. Even during the trial, it's very clear Makenzie and her family know that all her jail calls are being monitored. And typically, this is the most sensitive time, is during the trial. In preparation for the trial and during the trial, the prosecutors are listening to every little thing that's going on. But Makenzie still voices her frustration against the prosecution to her mom. She says on a recorded jail line, and that girl prosecutor would be so pretty if she wasn't such a bitch. She is a bitch. I hate her. And the boy prosecutor, I'm like, man, do you have another suit or what? Because you wear the same suit every fucking day, you dirty as fuck. I know that suit stank with that roll in your neck, his bald dumbass. I hate him. He's ugly as fuck.
That girl girl prosecutor would be so pretty if she just wasn't such a bitch. Like, she is a, like, I hate her. The boy prosecutor, I'm like, man, do you have another suit or what? You wear that same suit every fucking day. Like, you dirty as fuck. Like,
Like,
Are these not the niggas defending her? Wait. Are these not the people on her side defending her? I know, noona. I know. I'm just as lost, bruh.
why are you doing this right now? For someone who is on trial for murder, Makenzie is quite opinionated about how people look. She also rants about the detective that testified. I was trying to look at him like, what is he? He's not white. He's so ugly. It almost seems like Natalie is trying to soften the statement. Well, he's definitely ugly on the inside.
Well, definitely inside. He's definitely ugly inside.
But Makenzie brings it up in another conversation. He's not white. What is he? He's ugly as fuck. He built weird as fuck. I'm like, why are you thick at the bottom and small at the top? He's slim thick for a man, and it just throws me off. Again, like, in the middle of the trial. Keep in mind, Natalie and Steve, this entire
Since we gonna talk about proportions, let's talk about how the fat that your pops thin on the side, thinning on the side. Makenzie did look like a rabbit talking all this shit. Who does she think she look like?
Keep in mind, Natalie and Steve this entire time have been screaming from the hilltops that Makenzie is not a bully, that she just has a fierce personality. But then there's moments on these jail calls where Makenzie will be talking to her mom and she gets distracted by a new inmate that's coming in and she says, oh my God, another girl just got moved in our pod. She looks slow as fuck. Natalie's like, well, she may just be distraught because they're new. They just got into prison. No, and then she says the R word.
God, another girl just got moved on our pod. She looks slow as...
Well, she may be distraught.
No, she looks...
She's meaner than a wet cat. I always find it interesting when people who have zero sympathy for others expect full sympathy for themselves from every single person around them. She's talking about how she doesn't want to go to court, aka to her own murder trial. She's like, if one of Davion and Dom's friends, do you guys remember H? I talked about H. He was one of the first students to kind of start his own little investigation. And yes, he did come up with some conspiratorial thoughts about what happened. And even the police pointed out some of it was a little off. But he was very passionate about trying to get justice, right? And you have to have some level of respect for that. But
for sure.
Also he's the one that responded to Makenzie on social media when she posted about Dom. And then he was like, what about Davion? Makenzie says, I don't want to go to the courtroom if H is in the courtroom. I don't feel safe with him anywhere near me. I feel like he's going to attack me. Natalie is like, I don't know if there's anything you can do about that. Well, I'm going to refuse to go in the courtroom then. Honey, you can't. Just don't even look over there. And then he's like hugging Miss Russo. She's probably the one that told him to come harass me at the grave and follow me that day.
And then he's like hugging Miss Russo, like, she's probably the one that told him to like come harass me at the grave and like follow me that day. Like,
there is zero proof of that, by the way. And it's just kind of weird. You're the one on trial for killing 2 people. I don't know if there are that many people that are scarier than you in the town of Strongsville. And I do get that there is some nuance to who is in the room during a murder trial. The defendant usually wants to have family and friends to show up to show the jury, or the judge in this case, that they have support, that not everybody has turned on them, so it must mean that there is a shot at redemption, right? Makenzie asks Natalie if Rosie and Bubba can come to the courtroom, which Natalie responds,
Kenzie, I'm not talking about anything on the phone. I already told you. If they can or can't. Why?
try to get as many people to come to my court as possible.
So the people that can. Some people have to work, and if they can't get out of work, then they can't come.
Makenzie is upset that Rosie has not shown up to court.
Does she think this shit like a press conference, bruh?
People have to work, and if they can't get out of work, then they can't come.
Makenzie is upset that Rosie has not shown up to court a single time to support her, and her mom Natalie has to explain to her over the course of one too many jail calls that, quote, Rosie cannot show up to court because she's on the defense witness list. And if the defense were to ever call her, they cannot, because she's been there for other parts of the trial, and if there is a sequestration order in place, which there most likely is, judging based off the jail calls, right, then Rosie can't come to court. Which, side note, remember Rosie was like, I was willing to testify, but I was never called? I think that applied both ways. I'm assuming the prosecution never called her because she's on the defense witness list, and most likely it would not help the prosecutor's case. Like, she would just be such a risky witness that would provide probably no value to the prosecutors. But it is interesting that it was phrased as more so like, oh, if the prosecutors called me, I would have come, right? But there is a little bit more to the story. Anyway, the whole thing just does not feel right to Makenzie. She's not having it. Good old Makenzie, sharp as a marble. She still doesn't like that Rosie hasn't shown up to court. And on top of that, there's this developing issue where Rosie is friends with people who don't like Makenzie. And this is like really bothering Makenzie. I deduced this from the fact that Makenzie brings it up across multiple different jail calls with her mom when they could be talking about literally anything else. One call starts off normally with Makenzie talking about how she couldn't sleep well the night before because, quote, somebody's fucking arguing loud as fuck at 4 a.m. and I couldn't go back to sleep, but then I got anxiety because, oh, I forgot to tell you. So Rosie's hanging out with like, Natalie interrupts her. No, I know. No, that's all fixed. I told her not to say anything because it's not confirmed and it's 100% not true. She unfriended them and everything. I don't believe that. I do. Because how are you going to post that shit about me?
Like, Rosie's hanging out with, like...
No, I know. Like, no, that's all fixed. I told her not to say anything because it's not confirmed, and it's 100% not true. She unfriended them and everything.
I don't believe that.
I do.
Because how are you going to post that shit about, like, me?
So she's saying that Rosie is hanging out with this girl named Sammy. And Sammy has been posting negatively about Makenzie online. And Makenzie is upset that Rosie is hanging out with someone like Sammy.
How's she knowing all of this?
Because another friend will call her and tattle. The other friend that I believe is the other one in the documentary. Like don't
she
you
is
have
too involved over what?
And I also think it's weird that Natalie's so involved. Natalie is like, how do you know she's with Sammy every day? Because every time I would call Rosie when I would be, you know, at free phone call day, she would be with Sammy. And if Sammy's gonna post that weird ass shit about me and Rosie's cool with her, I'm not gonna be cool with her. So Natalie is like, I'm gonna reach out to Faith and Faith is going to look into it. Now Faith is the other one in the Netflix documentary and like
that supports Makenzie.
Yeah. And so Natalie is like, Faith's checking into what that was. I don't think they're together anymore. Like, I don't think they're hanging out anymore. Well, Faith told me that they hang out every single day and I believe Faith because I want to be told stuff like that. She doesn't know that though. I don't know if she knows that or not. She talked to Rosie last night, so let's just wait to see what she says. But that's weird as fuck. What the fuck? Right. How come I don't have this issue with any of the other people who just like support me?
So like that's just weird as fuck. Like what the fuck? Like like how come I don't have this issue with any of my other people who just like support me?
I don't know if it's an issue though, sweetie. It's clearly an issue. I mean, she clearly took down all the pictures of me off her Instagram with her, and that's weird as fuck. And then she won't put free Kenzie and shit. Like, that's weird. And now she's hanging out with someone who wants to be like, yup, when they find me guilty of murder. Like, that's just wait till you talk to Faith. And I will literally block Rosie's contact on here. I don't know why. I just get weird ass vibes from her. I know. And that's because she means a lot to you. What? She means a lot to you. No, that's not. Faith and Jada and Kendra mean a lot to me too, and I don't get those vibes from them, so that's not why. That's definitely not why. Makenzie gets a little upset at her mom saying, but why didn't you tell me is the crazy thing? I don't like that. How would I know? Natalie tells her that she just needs to talk to Faith first before talking to Rosie and not spread unnecessary anxiety or whatever unless she's sure about it. But Makenzie is still ranting about Sammy saying, so weird, imagine posting my face and shit just for clout and shit. Makenzie's simplicity is enviable. Later in the call, Makenzie brings it up again, asking, so what did Rosie say to you about this shit?
Makenzie, she loves you to death. And don't forget, she was, you know, Mr.
Where? That doesn't mean anything.
She loves you. I think she feels like she's got weird vibes. I said that to her before. She was like, no, please tell her I love her so much and like the summer is unbearable without her. I think about her every day.
But that's all she says every single time. Like, it's like...
But that's all she says every single time. Like, that is so weird to me. I'm just weirded out. I just feel like, why did you delete everything off Instagram about me? Then ask her, Ken. Why are you hanging out with people that are weird as fuck? Ask her. Just be like, I heard you were hanging out with people that are glad I'm in here. Is that true? I don't even want to call her, though, and waste my time.
I don't even want to call her, though, and waste my time with her. Like...
Don't accuse.
I'm accusing the fuck out of her. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm already told, like, my people wouldn't lie.
That's not true, though. Talk to Faith first.
My people wouldn't lie. Bruh. She thinks she's a fucking mafia boss or something? My people. The people that support her gotta get questioned, too. And Natalie, I'm really tired of hearing your voice. I'm just keeping it...
That's not true, though. Talk to Faith first. What the conversation was, and then ask her.
I'm just weirded out by her, like,
I don't know, I'm just weirded out by her. But nobody likes being accused of things they didn't do, right? If you can't post my face and be like, free her, if you can't post and be like, free Kenzie, she's fucking innocent, like, this is crazy shit. Like, what the fuck? That's weird. She was there. She did all that. She did not post free me. And if my friend was in fucking jail, I'd post them every fucking day being like, free them.
No, you wouldn't.
Okay,
I don't even believe that
from her. She did post on your birthday, remember?
I do not. I don't
didn't
even
see
believe that
anybody
from
else
her.
do that except for Rosie and Nina. Like, you know? So just pause and ask her, are you hanging out with Sammy? I heard she's glad I'm in here. Are you still hanging out with her? Don't accuse. Ask. And she posted on your birthday. There's just weird shit going on. I don't know. Just keep being strong, keep the faith, and you have to trust in your friends, okay?
There's just weird shit going on. I don't know.
Just be strong, keep the faith, and you have to trust in your friend.
It appears they figure out what the problem is, but Makenzie is still confused why Rosie never shows up to court to support her, to which again, Natalie reminds her, because we didn't know she was going to be a witness, remember? We didn't know, so she couldn't have been there. You can't sit in there if you're a witness. In another call, Natalie reassures Makenzie about Rosie, and Natalie says that she went through all of Rosie's pages, which is just like weird behavior for a mom, and saw that she's not following Sammy. What are you doing? Tell your child to get a grip. Why are you stalking college kids on Instagram to see who they're following? But it appears this family is just super committed to their faults and limitations because Natalie continues to reassure Makenzie that she saw that Rosie is not following Sammy. But Makenzie is like, but see, that makes me nervous because what if she's lying?
But see, that makes me nervous though, because what if she's just lying? She's like, Sammy, I have to unfollow you for a little bit, but I'm about to like tell you.
She would never. You gotta trust. She would never. She's been there for you from the beginning of time. Post your birthday, showing up for you everywhere. You gotta trust. You gotta let that go.
So weird to me though.
Okay, this whole thing is so weird to me for
It's
a multitude
so
of reasons.
fucking weird.
Why does Makenzie care so much? Just stop talking to Rosie then. It's not like you have to talk to her. It's not like you guys go to the same school. You're in prison. In fact, it takes more energy and money to talk to her on these collected call lines. Also, Natalie, why are you getting involved? Why are you not telling your daughter, get a grip? Get a grip. Why are you so adamant that your daughter should be nice to
Because I don't think Natalie has had a grip since high school, bruh. I think Natalie lost the grip a while ago. No cap. Slippery ass palm. Only thing she gripping is Mackenzie's coattails for some reason. Like she's a star that she's trying to appease or like, and like, I don't get it. I don't understand. What happened in the adult's mind for this dynamic to be so normalized? Like what happened? What happened?
get a grip? Why are you so adamant that your daughter should be nice to Rosie? That's also weird. Why can't you just tell her, okay, then just don't be friends with her? Damn. Why does she have to see from Rosie's side? Why does she have to trust Rosie? Like, all of this is weird. That's not to say that I'm on anyone's side of the argument. I just think this whole thing is dumb and I'm confused why everyone keeps going. There's another call where Natalie almost cryptically tells Makenzie she should never doubt Bubba or Rosie, and Makenzie wants to know why. She's like, what are they doing? I can't really get into it on the phone, but they're amazing. 100% amazing. You should never have doubt in your mind about that one, especially Rosie. Bubba, you should never have doubt in your mind about their,
Why, what are they doing?
I can't really get into it on the phone, but amazing. It's not amazing. Never have a doubt in your mind about that one, especially.
What?
Bubba, you should never have a doubt in your mind about their...
That's crazy. When was this? We don't know.
It seems like it was during the trial or soon after. But down in her mind, Makenzie has. It might be the only thing up there, okay? In a later phone call, Makenzie brings it up again, and she says, I'm going to have people watching her. And if as soon as she hangs out with her, she's getting fucking blocked on everything, and you need to take her out of the group chat.
You're in jail. You're not blocking anything. What is this mindset?
As soon as she hangs out with her, she's getting fucking blocked on everything, and you need to take her out of the group chat.
Take her out the group
I'm gonna
chat?
have people watching her, and if as soon as she hangs out with her, she's getting fucking on everything, and you need to take her out of the group chat.
Why
Wait. Bro,
Yeah.
what is happening right now?
And Natalie's like agreeing. Like, Natalie has a group chat with Mackenzie's friends.
She's like running a mafia in there or something.
Yes.
Like,
Some bullshit.
I'm gonna keep watching this person. I'm gonna take you
My
out.
people
and
wouldn't
I'm
lie.
gonna- they will know. Like, what is happening right now?
Natalie continues, you've got to trust. And there's nobody on her Instagram page. It's just her modeling pictures. Nobody's on there. Not even Nina. But it used to be all of us. I just think it's weird. I don't know. I don't like how she just deleted our pictures, and she also deleted that YouTube video again. There's nothing anywhere though. You can't read into these things. You have to ask a question. Ask, don't accuse. She deleted the YouTube video. I don't need to ask. And I want you to change my Instagram bio. To what? If they ain't hating, you doing something wrong. The fuck? That's what you need to change it to. And then do hashtag free Kenzie. Okay. Don't forget. Do it right now because I don't want you to like make it some stupid shit on accident.
And I want you to change my Instagram bio.
To what?
If they ain't hating, you doing something wrong. Fuck. That's what you need to change it to. And then do hashtag free Kenzie.
Okay.
Don't forget. Do it right now because like I don't want you to make it so stupid shit on accident, like accidentally missaying what I try to say.
The quote in its quote in its entirety is stupid, but okay.
Did they change it? Oh wait, her Instagram's gone, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
In another call, Makenzie tells her mom to put "Long live Dom" and "Long live Davion" in my bio too, which I just feel like is a slap in the face to the victims' families.
Just performative.
And there's just a lot of concern that she has of whether or not people support her. Makenzie rants again to Natalie that she has a few friends that have yet to reach out to her in jail, and Natalie is reassuring her that those friends are just, quote, weak, you know? That she's just weak and she doesn't have a real good, secure sense of who she is. She's just a follower. I feel like there's more pressing matters to tend to, but I mean, like, what could be more urgent, I guess? Like, the more pressing matters could include how the Shurillas believe the judge presiding over Makenzie's case is corrupt. That's what they keep saying. The Shurillas believe the judge overseeing Makenzie's case is corrupt. At least that's what they've been alluding to nonstop. They believe that there's something going on between Dom Russo's family and
they
Judge
have been saying
Russo.
that. Yeah.
Which, side note, a few things, okay? They do share the same last name. Does not mean that they are related. They are not related. That has been proven. And another thing, Christine Russo, Dom's mother, did in fact work for the DA's office, but that again doesn't necessarily mean anything. It's not like she's currently working for the DA's office, and there's nothing to prove any sort of nefarious connection that would have impacted the trial.
Yeah.
The main things I keep hearing from the Shurillas is that the investigators didn't hand over some interviews during discovery, which allegedly has Dom's mom and brother talking about Makenzie's medical condition, POTS. Which I did hear in one interview. Dom's mom says that Makenzie started bringing it up after the crash, and she felt like it was trying to plant seeds. But let's say this is true. Maybe they're sitting there and being like, oh yeah, I saw her faint all the time. I saw her pass out all the time, right? Like, just for hypotheticals, let's say that's true. Even if they said that, I don't know how that changes anything as it pertains to the trial. Like I said, you can have POTS and drive safely. You can have POTS and kill people in a car crash. It was up to them to bring in a POTS expert, a medical expert, to prove that she indeed did have some sort of accident relating to POTS.
Yeah.
It's not up to Dom's mom. Like, it's not Dom's mom's opinion. So I just don't know where this correlation is, but they're kind of alluding to like some sort of corruption behind the scenes. Aside from that,
But, like,
I do think that if they really did not receive certain key things in discovery that were necessary to their defense, that would be a big, big problem. Like, there are
what's the corruption? That they have the same last name? So they're going to insure Makenzie? I guess. But it's like the evidence is so conclusive. There doesn't need to be any nudge from any outside influences. She did that shit. And she was unremorseful, prone to crashing out. So it's not unbelievable that she would have crashed out to this degree.
I do think that if they really did not receive certain key things in discovery that were necessary to their defense, that would be a big, big problem. Like, there are strict laws for discovery, and that just doesn't seem to be the basis of their appeal, or at least not the main one. And it's just not something that they bring up all the time. It's just in interviews. I would imagine that's a huge thing. And the second thing is they bring up frequently in interviews is that they believe that there's some sort of corruption or bribery happening. In one interview, the interviewer says to Mackenzie's dad, Steve, the interviewer says, you know, I was trying to explain that having the last name Russo in this county is like having the last name Kennedy in Boston. I just don't know if that's like a really good comparison, because the Kennedy, like, that is a globally known last name with a lot of power behind it, especially in the political world, but it's just kind of odd. To which Steve looks really smug and he responds, there might be some truth to that. Like I said, this is a political family, and I apologize to the Flanagan family right now. If it was just Davion in that car, she wouldn't be in jail. It would have never left the juvenile court. This has to do with the boy's last name and the judge saying, well, I don't have a blood relationship. Look, I'm not saying she has a blood relationship. I'm saying she has a relationship with the Russo family. And he, you know, even saying that in court, if you're going to believe like she doesn't have a relationship, you're fooling yourself. I'm not saying it's directly with Christine Russo, but you know, down the road here, but it's with somebody. Christine Russo was part of the prosecutor's office at one point, and I believe she's friends with Tim Troop. I think they were in the office together.
And I apologize to the Flanagan family right now. If it was just Davion in the car, she wouldn't be in jail. It would have never left the jail.
Yo, I hate the way he said that. I fucking hate the way he said that. Like it was some sort of revelation that would have shocked the world. No, you're just a piece of shit person saying crazy, horrible shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie, this nigga's stupid as hell. I think the hair loss is really affecting the brain cells. He's saying she's not related to the Russo, but she's related to somebody. What? She related to somebody? Nigga, aren't we all?
If it was just Davion in the car, she wouldn't be in jail. It would have never left the juvenile court. This has to do with the boy's last name. And the judge saying, well, I don't have a blood relationship. Look, I'm not saying she has got a blood relationship. I'm saying she has relationships with the Russo family, and her even saying that in court, if you're going to believe she doesn't have a relationship, you're fooling yourself.
Steve has asked, why do you think they went so hard against her? There's the part where maybe I'll get myself into trouble. Let's try to avoid. I think there's some collusion going on. I think it's a fix. I think it's a favor. The last name Russo in this town. I understand that lots of conspiratorial things do end up being true. And I think at face value, the criminal justice system in America has a lot of deep flaws. But the way they make it seem like she is a scientist curing cancer and we got to take her down, like it's kind of this weird energy. Before the conviction, Makenzie is talking to her mom about how she feels about this whole thing. And she says, I understand that I'm going to have to do some time. I obviously would rather not. I feel like I shouldn't do any, but that's how it's going to, this is the situation. That is what will make the families happy. But murder, that's just horrible. Natalie agrees. Nope. So we're just going to go fight, a guns a-blazing. Makenzie tells her, I'm so for real. Contact who I told you to contact, like that famous person.
Like, I obviously would rather not. I feel like I shouldn't do any, but that's how this has to be in this situation. That will make the families happy. But murder, like, what
no,
the fuck?
hell
like,
no.
That's just horrible. And
that's what I mean. So we're just going to go fight, and guns a-blazing.
And I'm so for real. You contact who I told you to contact, like that famous person.
I'm on.
You can get a protest going and shit, like.
I think she's talking about Kim Kardashian again.
Yo, the way they sound like they're loving this shit, though, this is the moment to capitalize on to become famous and really get her name out there.
I think she's talking about Kim Kardashian again. Oh, I know. I'm on it. Makenzie thinks that they should organize some sort of event for her. But you can get like a protest going on and shit. Like, yeah, I'm dead ass serious. Like a whole ass protest. Natalie tells her they will keep fighting, but I hope it doesn't go that route because that would be ridiculous. Makenzie says yes, and honestly, if the judge does that, I'm just gonna know that she has some weird ass shit going on, like bribery or something. That's all I can think of.
Yo.
I guess Makenzie wants her mom to get someone famous, maybe Kim Kardashian, then organize some sort of protest in the off chance that the judge does find Makenzie guilty of murder, which she thinks is unfathomable, unless there's some sort of corruption. And in another call, Makenzie wonders, so clearly the judge just wants to speed this process up as fast as she can and get it out of her hand. And like, this is a very common thing. Judges do have a schedule. They do want speedy trials, right? So like, this is nothing new. I wonder how much money she made from this.
Wonder how much money she made from this.
The judge?
Yeah, that's what she says.
Does she get?
They need to look for like deposits or some shit, or cash, some weird shit. They probably gave her the cash that like Dom had. Kenzie, we're not talking about anything, remember? I don't even know what you're talking about, so just stop.
They need to look for like deposits or some shit, or cash. They probably gave her the cash that like Dom had.
Kenzie, we're not talking about anything, remember? Don't.
And again, I think her mom is just saving for the fact that this is a recorded line. In one call with a friend, Makenzie is talking about how she's going to be on the news and the verdict is going to come out, which her friend says, and like her friends are crazy too. Why are they so obsessed with you?
Why are they so obsessed with you? Like, you got in a fucking car accident. Like, I've gotten in 3 of those. Like,
it's probably just because like my boyfriend's last name is like Russo, and like his family is just like trying to like do some weird shit. I don't know. They don't fuck with me no more.
Again.
Yo, this is crazy, bro. She never cared about Dom. She only cared about what Dom could provide. And now that Dom's, it's like, bro, All that talk, she was telling Dom's mom about how she wants to be there in love and whoop-de-whoop, yada yada. The moment they try to figure out the truth of the situation, they don't fuck with me no more. They just trying to do some weird shit. I don't know, man. They just don't like me for some reason. I don't know what I did wrong. I genuinely can't believe I'm hearing this shit, bro.
Trying to like do some weird shit. I don't know. They don't fuck with me no more.
Again, like, I did look into it, okay? And there are lots of people with the name Russo. And there are lots of people in politics or in the legal field with the last name Russo. Yeah. But also, there's lots of Koreans with the last name Lee. Are they related to Samsung?
No.
Probably not.
No.
Are they bribing people in court? Probably not. They're probably just a regular person with the same last name. She says, like, I would understand if they gave me like a normal charge, but like the charges that they gave me are like literally insane. They're trying to make it seem like something that it's not. It's not like I didn't do this on purpose. I got in a car accident. I'm a third victim. There's evil working against me. And I'm like,
there's evil working against me. Like, and then I'm like, why would I be saved to live like life if like they were just going to arrest me? And like, I don't understand. They brought me back to life just to put me in jail. Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. Like,
so then I try to think like, damn, maybe there's something like good for me that's planned.
So then like I try to think that like, damn, maybe there's like something good for me planned. Maybe like this is all a part of my story, and then I'm gonna write my book when I get out of here and shit.
There's another phone call where during the trial, like I said, they were not very excited about media coverage as they are with the Kim Kardashian phone call.
Nigga, they're obligated. Yo, bro. Drive. What am I hearing, bro? What is, like, I deadass feel like my brain cells are just drizzling out my fucking mouth, bruh.
When I get out of here and shit.
There's another phone call where during the trial, like I said, they were not very excited about media coverage as they are with the Kim Kardashian phone call. And Makenzie is just ranting about like, why are people talking about me? And Natalie says, who knows? I mean, is the world that bored? Makenzie says,
yeah, but why is it making like, what's so like, I don't even know.
Who knows? That's what I mean. Is the world that bored?
There's nothing like important going on, like hunger or something like that.
I know, exactly.
Which is also interesting. The whole, is the world really that bored is an interesting take, because it feels like it's coming from the perspective of why is the world so focused on Makenzie when that's not the case. The world is focused on Dom and Davion being killed, and it just happens to include Makenzie purely because she's the one convicted, or at least on trial at this point of killing them. It feels oddly self-centered. Natalie reassures her. But there's a lot of people that are like talking and they have your back in all the comment threads too. So like that's kind of nice. Another phone call between Makenzie and Natalie. This is like soon after the verdict is announced. The judge finds Makenzie guilty, and Makenzie says, I'm literally in shock. That was the last thing I expected to happen.
What?
This is probably the most emotional phone call. And she sounds like very distraught. This is just crazy. I don't understand how they could just be like, yeah, she wanted that to happen. No, like they're all zooming in on my face and shit, and then they're getting to like handcuffing me and shit. Makenzie asks her mom, why would they keep me alive if they want me to be in jail?
Yeah, this is just like, I don't even, like, I'm like literally in shock. Like,
I'm tired of hearing her voice.
Yeah, this is just like, I don't even, like, I'm like literally in shock. Like, that was like just the last thing I expected to happen.
Same with me, baby. I'm flabbergasted, in total shock.
That was just like crazy. Like, and it's like I don't understand how they could just be like, yeah, she wanted that to happen. Like, no,
oh my God,
no, like,
no.
They're all like zooming in on my face and then like they get to like handcuffing me and shit, like.
Exactly. I know.
So embarrassing. Like, I just didn't.
I'm so sorry. Kenzie, this is gonna make me cry, but you're alive, okay?
You're alive.
Why would they do that? Why would they keep me alive if they want me to be in jail?
Because we don't know what your story is. Your story isn't done yet. It's just beginning.
Were their stories forcibly ended because of you, Makenzie? So you mean to tell me you're going to propel your story based?
Want me to be in jail?
Because we don't know what your story is. Your story isn't done yet. It's just beginning. Who knows what the future holds for you? Who knows what the reason is? But there's a...
What the fuck? Yo, why is everything so fake in this family? She's literally posing for a thumbnail right now. I'm so serious. This family is generated by something not human.
We just got to get through this journey. Keep praying, baby. And just know that everything happens for a reason. And who knows, this may have saved you from something. I don't know, but that was craziness. And we've already begun fighting.
Interestingly enough, in one phone call, Steve jumps in and and it seems like Steve is out of these phone calls because he literally cannot hold his tongue, which is evident through his interviews.
Yeah.
Right. But he does jump in one and he says, I'm angry for you, baby. I'm just letting you know I'm angry. Every waking second that I'm thinking is about you. That is all I'm thinking about.
Every waking second that I'm thinking is about you. That's all I'm thinking about. I just want to let you know I love you so much, and I cannot believe you are being put through this. This is. I hope karma comes back and bites everybody that's against you in the ass so hard.
Yo, what the fuck? What the fuck? Nah, that whole family delusional as hell. That's point blank period. There's nothing else to talk. There's literally nothing else to talk about. There's nothing else to talk about. That family is just, the delusion is through the moon. Forget the roof. It is at the moon, piercing through, bruh. Whoa. I hope karma comes back. My nigga, that shit done spun already. It's spun and is literally pissing in your face. What do you mean you hope karma come back? I hope karma come back and spin again. I hope that nigga come back and spin every year. Like it's a holiday, bro. I hope karma come back. What does that mean? Who are you hoping karma comes back and bites against the truth? So you want karma to come back and attack the families that are trying to achieve the truth for their lost ones? Are you that mentally fucked up, bro? Hold on, let me go back and really process.
You are being put through this. This is. I hope karma comes back and bites everybody that's against you in the ass so hard that they all disappear. If I had a magic wand, I wouldn't go back and help Davian first. I'd make everybody else disappear. I'd click my fingers and everybody would disappear. That's how angry I am. They back and bites everybody that's against you in the ass so hard that they all disappear. If I had a magic wand, I wouldn't go back and help Davian first. I'd make everybody else disappear. I'd click my fingers and everybody would disappear. That's how angry I am. They screwed you so bad. Okay, I gotta go. Bye. I love you.
I love you, Dad, so much.
I'm on your side 100%, and I know you did this on purpose.
So I don't know if he's saying like he would help Davion first or if he would make everyone disappear.
What does that mean?
I don't fucking
He
know.
says, I click my fingers and everybody would disappear. That's what I would do. That's how angry I am. They screwed you so bad.
Wait. He said he want to go back in time
and make
If he had a
Davion
magic
disappear,
wand,
or he
and
wouldn't
he
save.
says,
He wouldn't
I
save.
wouldn't go back and help Davion first.
Yeah, he
I
wouldn't
go back.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
that's
hate
what he says. But he's also like very like doesn't make any sense.
It's like
I will make everyone disappear.
Yeah, so I
because
think
like he's like I hate everybody.
yeah, I think
this nigga think he in an anime. Fuck you, me. You gonna make everyone disappear? You not Thanos. You just some random balding guy, some random balding delusional guy. Some random balding delusional guy that wears distasteful shirts. Some random balding delusional guy that wears distasteful shirts and cannot speak for
yeah, so
because
I think
like he's like I hate everybody.
yeah, I think maybe in the past he might have, this is just me taking from this statement and trying to see what that means. Maybe he's said in the past, like, I would go back and I would first help Davion. But they're very upset about Davion's family's victim statements. So maybe he's saying, oh, after this, like, now I'm so mad.
I wouldn't go back
Yeah.
and save him.
I would just make everybody disappear. It's interesting, but Makenzie reiterates in a phone call with her mom. No, it's not. But like this time, it's like they're saying I did it on purpose. So she's like upset that all the news is saying that she did it on purpose.
Now this time it's saying that like making the whole world know that they just think I did it on purpose. Well, I'm found guilty of doing it on purpose when I fucking didn't do it on purpose.
You did.
I know.
I don't know.
I didn't do it on accident. It wasn't even anything. I don't even fucking know what happened.
I know.
What does that mean?
I don't.
If you didn't do it on
know.
purpose, it would have had to have been an accident. Like, I'm confused. What do you mean you did nothing? Like, how?
Shorty thinks she's so special. There's a now new category separated just for like, bro. Makenzie is so self-centered. It is hurting my head. It's actually hurting my head, bro. Because the amount of frustration brewing has no outlet because she refuses to see reality. So the only thing I can do is find the nearest bad person and just beat the fuck out of them, bro. There's no sense of, oh my gosh, I really fucked up. There's nothing of that. It's just, why would they do this? They're hating. They don't know what they're talking about. It's like, when are you going to see the reality of the situation, my nigga? When you're in there for 40 years and you finally realize you're never getting out?
I don't even fucking know what happened.
I know.
What does that mean? If you didn't do it on purpose, it would have had to have been an accident. Like, I'm confused. What do you mean you did nothing? Like, how does that even make sense? You're the one driving. Even if you suffered from a medical emergency, it would still be an accident. It just feels like a lack of self-reflection. Makenzie encourages her mom to make some sort of Free Makenzie Facebook page, which Rosie told us that the Shurillas are not running, but there are extensive phone calls where Makenzie keeps encouraging her mom to make a Facebook page about it. You should really make a Facebook page where it's like talking about how this is all wrong. Natalie informs her, Kenzie, stop talking on the phone right now about these things. You can't talk on the phone. We have to talk in person.
You should really make a Facebook page where it's like talking about how like this is just wrong and like.
Kenzie, stop talking on the phone right now about things. You can't talk on the phone. We have to talk in person.
And again, that's not me insinuating that they run the Facebook page. I have no idea who runs the Facebook page, but there was just a lot of conversations where Makenzie tells Natalie to run a Facebook page, and lo and behold, there's a Facebook page.
When you get charged,
Tells Natalie to run a Facebook page, and lo and
She has 28,000 followers.
when you get charged, what the judge is looking for is like remorse.
Yeah.
Like you are sorry, you see where you fucked up. But everything they're doing and the parents are doing on top of it's only making this worse.
Yeah.
Worse.
This is never going to work out, even in the long run. The parents are still babying her, enabling her. till
that's
this
what
day.
Davion.
That's the only thing. Wait.
In the long run, the parents are still babying her, enabling her. till
That's
this
what
day.
Davion's parents said. They say that if she even gets out in 15, however many years, right?
Yeah.
If her parents keep doing this, like nothing will change.
Yeah.
And they're doing it.
It'll get worse and worse.
Yeah, I literally said it, Tribe. The moment she realizes that this is a permanent situation, that's when things will finally get the crash. Like that's when she gonna start crashing out on everybody, including her parents. Watch. The delusion cannot withstand the test of time. We should let the parents continue to talk to her like this, because if we're gonna go based off of, she should just stay in there for life, because clearly she's not changing. And yeah, maybe the argument could be made that if she had better influences around her, then maybe she could potentially change. But this is where my flaws come into play, because it's like, why put that much effort into somebody that don't give a fuck for real? Just let her continue to rot in prison. Fuck, I look like trying to help her change if she don't want to change. She clearly doesn't care about anything this whole time, and it's been an intentional, unintentional, unconscious, conscious. All of her actions have indicated all she cares about is herself.
Natalie rants.
Well, I can't talk about anything on this stupid fucking phone call.
Yes,
So-
because bald head bitches listening. Hey, what's up?
Davion first joined the Flanagans when he was 8.5 years old. So Davion and his sisters were actually adopted by the Flanagan family. And the biggest thing that they remember is that he was just obsessed with football ever since he was a kid. Like, he never had the opportunity to be involved in organized sports, which, of course, Davion's mom, Mrs. Flanagan, is like, football? Like, out of all the sports, why football, right? She's worried about him, but she also just, like, wants him to experience what he wants to do. And Davion's dad says Davion saw a lot in those 8.5 years before he came to us. I believe he was, in fact, like 2 years of it was in county care, which is really rough. He says he was exposed to a lot of things that no one should be exposed to at all, let alone a child. They say that, you know, he was even the team barber for the football coach and the football team. So he had his own equipment and he would always have them over, much to their detriment, they say, because there's hair all over the place all the time. And they think that senior year was really hard for Davion because he tore his ACL. It was like the third game of his senior season. He wanted to go to football, like scholarship for football for college. And he loses the thing that he was so passionate about. And I think there was a lot of discourse that I saw online that, especially with when your childhood, the first initial years of childhood are extremely rough psychologically, a lot of people encourage putting those children into sports. Like, I know in Korea, like, martial arts is like a big thing as well, because it helps to
Center.
like there's just a lot of research of how it helps the development,
That's what my parents did with me.
especially when, you know, he has seen a lot that he shouldn't have to have seen as a kid. And I think losing that was huge for him. Davion's dad says, I think if we're completely being honest, it was probably the start of his downward spiral. Downward spiral being, I think that he just had a very normal teenager rebellious streak. And Davion's parents say that they didn't like him smoking weed. They thought weed was a gateway drug. But they can also see how he did get into weed because he had so much anxiety, and it would just help with his anxiety, and it finally felt like it was calming down a lot of the feelings that he might have had. And you know, he's been through so much more hardship than so many people his age, and he's going through this normal, very rebellious teenage phase. Of course there's going to be arguments and disagreements with his parents, but it seemed like, by all accounts, what everybody has been saying, and not just the family but friends of Davion, that if anyone was going to get through it, it was going to be Davion and the Flanagans. But Makenzie took him, just took him away from them. Davion's parents say Davion was always the one checking in on his sisters, so him and his 2 sisters were adopted. And Divine Flanagan has been really vocal, and she's done a lot of insightful interviews where she talks about the process that she had to go through with grief and mourning, and probably is definitely still going through. But she says, you know, there was a DM that she received from Makenzie, and this is like August 5th of 2022. This is like a few days after the crash. Makenzie writes, like, this is after killing Davion, her brother. Hey, you don't need to answer me. I wouldn't expect you to. I just want to say I'm sorry for everything. I love you and Davion. He was like a brother to me. I hope you're all getting as positive, calm energy because your family deserves it, and I'm praying for you guys. What is that message after killing someone's brother? Davion's mom tells the judge, I want to share a small part of what we lost July 31st, 2022. My son Davion is and always will be so much more than cargo. He was precious. He was an amazing soul with a heart of gold. He gave to the world what he wanted most in his life, which was love. The kind of love that would rescue a friend in the middle of the night, no questions asked. The kind that would protect others and honor them. He made friends easily with his infectious smile. He was gifted athlete. My son did not have a clique of friends, but instead he was a friend of all. Davion made sure that everyone that crossed his path knew that he truly saw them, that he valued them, and that they were worth his time. And typically, I mean, this sounds like something that a lot of mothers would say about their children, but after going through this massive FOIA request on this file, things are not edited to look beneficial to anyone, even the victims. I mean, this really is like a spot-on description of Davion. He had friends like everywhere, and all of them are coming to the police trying to ask, like, how can we help? Here's what we...
Yeah, I kind of knew that he was a stand-up dude when he had folks pulling up to the police station, teenagers, maybe like freshly graduated students pulling up to a police station trying to figure out what happened to their friend.
Everywhere, and all of them are coming to the police trying to ask, like, how can we help? Here's what we found, like, we're investigating. People are going out of their way to express how much of an impact that he had on them, and I don't think they were doing that intentionally. I think it was just like they couldn't help it because they're going through that grief. Davion's mom continues, Davion was adopted with his sisters from foster care. They're biological siblings. We were honored to be chosen to, or to have, you know, been chosen to be their parents. They're forever family, and I'm devastated by the loss of Davion. The world lost a truly special man. My girls lost their best friend, their protector, the one and only trusted family that has been by their side from day one. He alone understands the pain and loss that they have gone through and was always there for them. This fact alone breaks my heart for my girls and my family. So many dreams shattered, a future stolen. We will never get to see the amazing man that he surely was to become. His life was precious, like I said. He was so much more than cargo. Davion's parents are very religious, and I do think that there was a part included where Davion's mom is talking about religion and how Makenzie should repent. Davion's sister, Divine, tells the judge in part, I don't want this pain for anyone else. I don't want people to have to go through this. As an 18-year-old, I hate the fact that he was gone because someone decided to take his life. Now that Davion is gone, I feel stuck. I feel as if I can't move forward. I feel lost. He was the only one who picked me up when I fell. He was my best friend and the only person that stayed with me since I was born. This is a recorded phone call of Makenzie and Natalie talking about Davion's family's impact statements. Makenzie says on the recorded jail line, and when Davion's mom said, I hope Kenzie...
Yo, don't piss me off, please. Hold on.
Makenzie says on the recorded jail line, and when Davion's mom said, I hope Kenzie can repent and weird ass shit, like that was weird as fuck. Natalie says, I do feel bad for Divine. Obviously. I do too. That's what Makenzie says.
And like when Davion's mom said, I hope Kenzie can like repent and like weird ass shit, like that was weird as fuck. I was like, what are you?
Feel bad. I do feel bad for Divine, obviously, 100%.
I do too.
Totally.
So in Divine's impact statement, she's talking about how it feels like Makenzie has no remorse. It feels like she doesn't care.
Bro, Davion's mom said he wasn't cargo, and the way they talking about dog is like, I do too, like he's an afterthought. You know, like how when folks say, how are you? You just automatically say fine. It was like one of those. And that's like, He wasn't cargo, bro.
It feels like Makenzie has no remorse. It feels like she doesn't care. And
At
like,
all.
even before the jail calls, it's like she went out for Halloween. She went out to the Kid Cudi concert. Like, it's very clear she just does whatever she wants. But they start talking about Divine and what she said. And Makenzie says, Divine said something along the lines of Makenzie always has the easy way out. Makenzie says, you don't even know me, so what the fuck do you mean easy way out?
That's what I'm saying. You don't even know me, so like, what the fuck do you mean the easy way out? Because I never even hung out with you ever. Like, what the fuck is the easy way out? I don't even understand what that
I
means.
love how everybody knows exactly what went on in this house at all times of the day.
Our house?
Yeah, because, you know, you were never disciplined. There was never consequences. There was no anything. You always had the
what are
easy
they
way out. You know what? Just people like that. Just internet trolls. They don't even know us.
Natalie rants about the internet trolls, saying, quote, the internet trolls are evil and vile, and anyone saying anything positive is going to be attacked. There's no sense in doing that. They're evil, disgusting people. In a separate call, Natalie says, I wish I could talk to you in private. There's some shit being posted online. Your mind will be blown. There's sheep who believe everything that they read.
There's sheep who believe with everything that they read or hear and read on social media. And then there's
My nigga, like like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, bro.
sheep who believe with everything that they read or hear and read on social media. And then there's smart people who know better. That's why I hate the internet. I hate social media. Ignorant people.
Natalie reassures Makenzie, people that know you know that this.
It's so funny because does she not understand that her daughter wants to become a social media internet personality? She hates the very platform that her daughter's trying to jumpstart her platform on. It's almost like hysterical delusion, bro. It feels like they've jumped off the deep end here. Like, they can't go back. They cannot go back and say anything other than, I don't remember, and she's gonna get out soon. So they just have to jump further and further and further and further and deeper until there's no way out.
Natalie reassures Makenzie, people that know you know that this is bullshit. People that don't know you are ignorant and they're talking out of their ass. Christine Russo gives her impact statement to the judge, and she says, no one wanted this to be a murder. No one wanted to punish Makenzie Shurilla for this accident, but this was not a car accident. The evidence and science prove that Makenzie Shurilla murdered my son, Dominic, as well as Davion. We all know what happened in that car that day. What we don't know is why. I wish I could change this every day. I lost 3 children in that crash. Not a minute goes by each day that I don't think about my son as well as Davion. My heart is forever broken. The cries heard from the Shurilla family and friends after the verdict are nothing more than a lack of remorse. Makenzie Shurilla had a choice. Dom and Davion did not. Makenzie is in the back of the courtroom and she's shaking her head while crying. We're all left here to mourn. Makenzie is going to prison because you did this. Be thankful that you're still alive and have a future, whatever that may be. Dom and Davion were robbed of their futures, their hopes, and their dreams. Makenzie showed no mercy on Dom, nor did she on Davion. Only God at this time can have mercy on her soul.
Okay.
Angela?
Okay. I love that she was there to hear that shit.
Only God at this time can have mercy on her soul. Angelo, Dom's brother, tells the judge that Makenzie is the most selfish person he knows, ironically dating Dom, his brother, who is the most selfless person he knows. Makenzie Shurilla murdered Dom and Davion in cold blood and had already moved on. Kenzie killed Dom over the thought of losing him, and she made Davion collateral damage. She was driving, going to concerts, dressing up for Halloween, no thoughts of the feelings and lives that she had destroyed. Makenzie rants in a jail call. I understand Davion's mom. Like, I know how they think because they don't know me. But it's like what Mrs. Russo and Angelo said, that was just crazy. Oh my gosh, Kenzie, look, don't you think on it 1 second.
I just don't know why, like, it's just like, it wasn't even, like, I understand, like, Davion's mom, like, and how they think, because they don't know me. But it's like what Miss Russo and Angelo said, that was just, like, crazy.
Oh my gosh, Kenzie, look, don't you think on it 1 second.
Oh my god, I hate her mom.
I hate her mom
Makenzie
so much.
points out the real things that are of importance now. I'm worried about my stuff because that's how they feel about me. They definitely fucked up my stuff. Because remember, she has stuff in Dom's house. Why is Angelo such a fucking liar? What the fuck? Kenzie, they're just evil people, baby. I'm sorry. Don't think on it. Do not think on it anymore. Stop. I need you to stop, okay? Move forward. You hear, Mama?
1 second.
And we didn't bring up my stuff at that Dom's house. I need to get my stuff. I'm worried about my stuff because that's how they feel about me. They definitely fucked up my stuff. Like, why is Angelo such a fucking liar? Like, what the fuck? Like,
Kenzie, they're just evil people, baby. I'm sorry. Don't think on it. Do not think on it anymore. Stop. I need you to stop. Okay? Move forward. You hear, Mama?
In another phone call, Kenzie keeps asking her parents, you need to get my stuff from Dom's house before they burn it or some shit. What are you going to do with the stuff? You're in prison. In another call, Natalie feels like someone is finally on her side about something, and she says, oh, speaking of that, somebody was online saying how, there was no parental supervision with you and stuff. This was a party house, and I just let people have all kinds of parties here and everything. And finally, the neighbor across the street, she was like, you guys don't know what you're talking about. They're a wonderful family. They're very nice, and I live across the street. There were never parties over there. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Don't believe everything you hear. Yeah, well, all those people are just talking out of their ass. But are they? Natalie Shurilla also pleads with the judge in court before sentencing. And she's like wearing a tank top. It's the craziest thing. Like everyone, like people that are kids. I mean, Divine, I don't know if she was 18 I think she was younger than 18 at the time. Everyone showed up to court with
looking dressed for court, yes.
Natalie's wearing a tank top. I understand clothing can get expensive, but if you're ever going to borrow a blazer, go buy a blazer and then return it, like today is the day.
Yeah. This is your daughter's
life.
Yeah.
She says, my name is Natalie Shurilla. I just want to say, am I allowed to address them at all? And she kind of turns to Dom and Davion's
Oh, hell no. Hell the fuck no. Don't look at them. Don't fucking look at them. This feels messed up. I'm heated just from the outside perspective. Now imagine from the inside perspective. Like imagine you was a family member. Jesus.
Am I allowed to address them at all? And she kind of turns to Dom and Davion's families. I guess, am I allowed to, life. Yeah. She says, my name is Natalie Shurilla. I just want to say, am I allowed to address them at all? And she kind of turns to Dom.
This cop don't fuck with that. Hey, I like this nigga. He like, what is she doing? Yeah, what the fuck is she doing?
And Davion's families. I guess the judge gives her the okay. I just want to say to the families that I'm broken, sad, and lost, and my heart hurts for everyone, okay? She says, okay?
I just want to say to the families that I'm broken, sad, and lost, and my heart hurts for everyone, okay? Davion was her new friend, and Dom was the love of her life, and he was part of our family, okay? I'm just so sorry that this happened, and we're heartbroken, okay?
In case y'all don't know, we have fully entered the door that says crash out. We have been living in here for about 10 weeks. Couch, dusty as hell. TV gone because I punched it 4 times already. Pretty sure half our wall is just gone also. And if I hear another okay, I'm burning this whole shit down. Fucking okay. Who the fuck is she okay?
I'm just so sorry that this happened and we're heartbroken. Okay?
So it's almost like she's like, okay, check, said sorry to them. Okay, did you hear me? Okay. And then, Your Honor, this was a terrible, tragic nightmare accident to have happened that she has no memory of, and she will never emotionally or physically recover from it. She almost died too, and we're asking that you please not run the sentences consecutive. So that was a huge thing. If it's 15 years consecutive, she would need 30 years before the option of parole. I believe she needed to have parole as an option because she was 17, even though she's tried as an adult. And she does like the prayer hands. She's like, this is why we ask, do not run the sentences consecutive.
She stopped saying okay after addressing the family.
Yeah. Dom was family and we all loved each other. That morning of the accident, she called. So now she's like using this time to clarify shit. Remember how Dom's mom was like, when I called, she was so upset about Facebook. Do you remember?
Yeah.
She called. I got a call that there was a car accident, so I went to the hospital and I didn't even know who was in the car. The names had not been confirmed yet, and I was like, I'm gonna cry because I missed him so much. We loved him so much, so I called Dom over and over again, praying that he was going to answer the phone, and he didn't answer the phone. So then I tried to call his mom, and she didn't answer the phone either, and still didn't know who was in the car. I didn't know if she was alive. I didn't know what was happening. So then when we were in the waiting room, and then his mom ended up she did call me, so I answered the phone and I was like, oh my God, I don't even know who was in the car. Like, what's happening? Was that Dom? And she said, what do you mean? My son is dead. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And then she said something like, and now I have to wait until your kid's out of the hospital. And then I didn't hear the rest. I guess this is her trying to share her side of the story, but like such a weird,
what the fuck,
odd way to spend time talking to the judge. She says, we loved him so much. I hung up the phone. I did not talk about social media. I didn't even know what was going on yet. Okay, so then that was it.
Bro,
what?
Yeah, she's using this
trying to defend her own character
Yeah.
right now. Like
Mhm.
she's like, I didn't say social media.
Yeah, and then she brings up the whole modeling.
I'm just in shock because it's like we're not even talking about her daughter that is on trial for aggravated murder ×2. Think about that, Tribe. She shows up in a tank top and starts does she know what she's there for?
Yeah, and then she brings up the whole modeling post, right? That was like a day
Her
after.
modeling post response.
Yes, in the hospital.
Wow, this
that
is mind blowing.
Yeah, I've never seen this happen
Holy
before.
shit. She's like trying to clear her name.
Yeah, usually when
Not even her daughter's name.
No, and usually when I say, oh, this was like the shittiest impact statement from a defendant's parent, it's because it's short and generic. Like,
Yeah.
please have mercy on my kid, right? But this is like the shittiest of the shittiest I've ever seen.
Yeah, I can imagine.
In the hospital, that
I can
vitality
imagine,
post,
bro.
I commented on that because somebody called her a murderer, and she's not a murderer. She just got convicted of murder.
Literally.
Right? So what? She didn't even have her phone at that point because the police still had it. Okay. I jumped on and I was like, she's not a murderer. She's more sad than her, than most of the people commenting. She's been trying to get in touch with you. I mean, at that point, it was just an accident. So I commented on her behalf, not because of the modeling opportunity. Who cares about that? I don't want them to refer to her as a murderer, okay? I don't even know that comment got on the phone, because the police still had her device and she could not access her phone or social media. That's why I did it. I had called them asking if they could shut down social media because people were calling her a murderer and making death threats and organizing groups to take her out when she got out of the hospital and stuff. Yeah, Natalie. They'll just shut down social media to take care of your daughter. I'm sure Google, Meta, and Oracle would absolutely lose it all for your daughter. What better cause would there ever be? Natalie Shurilla does not know how to read the room.
At all.
Makenzie is like crying. She's so emotional during this. She's like, yes. I don't know if she feels vindicated, okay, but there's 2 officers in frame and they also both look just like confused. This is during like the live stream of the verdict and the sentencing. They're looking like they're a mixture of bored and fucking confused and like, what the fuck is this lady yapping about? They're just like, what? Natalie Shurilla continues. I didn't even want her phone. I don't care about her phone. I don't care about social media. I just wanted them to stop calling her a murderer.
I just wanted them to stop calling her a murderer so that when she did come to.
What is she talking about right now? No, actually, what is she talking about right now? I've been really following. Don't get me wrong. I'm paying very close attention, but I am so confused right now. Cause it's like, what is she trying to defend? I feel like she arguing against a brick wall right now. There's nothing to defend for her. Nobody gives a fuck about her character. We're trying to hear what you think about the fact that your daughter has been like.
I don't care about her phone. I don't care about social media. I just wanted them to stop calling her a murderer.
I just wanted them to stop calling her a murderer so that when she did come to, and she did come out of surgery, multiple surgeries, that she wouldn't see all these people calling her a murderer because she would never, ever, ever murder the love of her life. Okay? For Halloween, for 3 months after the accident, she would only wear his clothes. She would only eat the snacks he ate. She would only listen to the music he wrote, okay?
Okay, she was laying in bed for 3 months crying. There was a shrine of him next to her with photos and things that he liked and this flower that lights up that he got her because, he wanted it to be fresh and alive forever. It's like a little beautiful flower. Okay. She's got this shrine of him next to her, so she was crying for 3 months. So her friends asked her if she wanted to go out to trick-or-treating or some Halloween, and it was at OU, Ohio University, and she didn't even want to go. She said, I don't know, should I go? She couldn't even walk yet, barely. So I told her, I said, baby, please go. It's Halloween. You've been laying for 3 months crying, only listening to his music. Please go have a moment of fun. A moment of fun. So we told her to go.
Are these post?
These are on Halloween of last year, so these would be post-crash. just before she was charged in November.
My husband drove her. I brought her back home. She just needed a second of fun from losing her whole world.
Nigga, it seemed like she had more than a moment of fun, bro.
My husband drove her. I brought her back home. She just needed a second of fun from losing her whole world. Her whole world. So this was us. We told her to go. And that concert she went to with Dom's cousin, the Kid Cudi concert. Abby, you know, they picked her up. They brought her there. That was Makenzie and Dom and Abby all decided to go to this concert together. And that was for Dom. Everything she did after the accident was either in honor of him, to be close to him, or just to be by him any way that she can. She's devastated and tragic, and he was the air that she breathes, okay? And they went with his cousin. We spent all kinds of time with him after the accident, and what was the other thing? It was so shocking, the judge interrupts her. I'm hearing an awful lot about your daughter. I'm not hearing very much about the 2 dead people. Dom, okay, I'm asking you for leniency because this was a tragic accident that she does not remember. And Davion, he's a new friend. I'm so sorry. What does that mean? His life is worthless?
Yeah.
The judge asks. No. God, no. Not at all. They all loved each other. They all spent every day together. You know what I mean? I don't know too much. Isn't that part of the problem, Mrs. Shurilla? Sorry? Isn't that part of the problem that they all trusted each other? It's not a problem at all. It's wonderful. How they all ended up in the car together until 2 of them ended up dead. I understand what it looks like. I'm saying this was a tragic accident. She would never. We're gonna have to disagree on that. I understand. But anyway, that's it. I just wanted to address those. We told her to go to those things, and then she did go with Dom's family. So look on that with different eyes if you can, please. If you would have a moment. All you need is 5 minutes of conversation to have with her to learn who she is. Just, you know, you would just see 5 minutes. Yeah, she's not capable of, you know, doing, and you would see for yourself.
Heard more than
Thank
enough,
you.
my nigga.
That's all. I'm so sorry, guys. Thank you.
I'm hearing an awful lot about your daughter. I'm not hearing very much about the 2 dead people. Dominic, okay, I'm asking you for leniency because this was a tragic accident that she does not remember. And Davion, he's a new friend. And I'm so sorry.
Does that mean his life is worthless?
No. All you would need is 5 minutes of a conversation to have with her.
Hold on, I gotta see Mackenzie's
Friend, not
face.
remember. And Davion, he's a new friend. And I'm so sorry.
Does that mean his life is worthless?
No. All you would need is 5 minutes of a conversation to have with her to learn who she is. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
The fact that she didn't even care to prepare anything more in depth about Dom and Davion. Later, Makenzie asks her mom in a recorded jail line, "Why was the judge being so mean to you?" I don't know. I don't care. I was about to be like, just stop talking to her because she clearly doesn't care.
And why was the judge being so mean to you? I was about to just be like, just stop talking to her because she clearly doesn't care. She's like, why are you talking about her so much and not the victim?
All the while, Natalie is trying to motivate Makenzie. You are here for a reason. You impact lives no matter where you go in such a positive way.
In a
This
positive
is just another
way?
chapter. So Makenzie shares her
In a
way. This is just another chapter. So Makenzie shares her statement during sentencing.
To the families of Dom and Davion, I'm so deeply sorry. I hope one day you can see I would never let this happen or do it on purpose. I wish I could remember what happened. I'm just so sorry. I'm heartbroken. I love Dom and Davion. We were all friends and Dom was my soulmate. I wish I could take all your pain away, and I'm so sorry. And to my family, thank you for the support and all the love you guys give. Thank you for fighting with me. I love you all so much. Thank you.
Oh, shit.
I mean, she was emotional during it, but I think a lot of the emotion was just for herself because it's sentencing. And this is a little bit different from the speech she was brainstorming with her mom on the phone on the recorded jail lines. Because in that one, she says, "You can see I would never let this happen or do it on purpose. I'm just heartbroken. I wish I could take all your pain away. Long live the boys." And to my family and support, I thank you. I thank you all for seeing the real under all these lies. Thank you for nonstop fighting for me and all the love and support. I love you all so much. I pray one day people won't see me as a monster they're making me out to be. Thank you.
This was the first draft?
Yeah.
I would never let this happen or do it on purpose. I am just heartbroken. I wish I could take all your pain away. Long live the boys. To my family and support, I thank you all for seeing the real under all these lies. Thank you for nonstop fighting for me and all the love and support. I love you all. And then I pray one day people won't see me as this monster they are making me out to be.
Makes
She
sense.
spent more time talking about
Herself.
her quote-unquote supporter.
Yeah, it makes sense that her attorney would just
She deadass wrote one line.
Talking about her quote-unquote supporter.
Yeah, it makes sense that her attorney would just delete like all of that. Okay? I don't really think Makenzie understands the full scope of what's happened.
I don't think she
In one
does.
conversation
I really
from
don't think
jail,
she
Makenzie
does.
says she's got some sort of message from someone named Benjamin Harper. She's worried that this is Davion's neighbor. And she tells her mom, I'm nervous for him to message me. They're about to send me some hate mail and shit. Natalie tells her, just block it. No, it's okay. I'm gonna reply. I want them to send messages like that.
I want them to send me messages like that. Like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. Like, I know what I did. I know what I didn't do. The only thing that I'm guilty of is driving.
But how do you know that if you don't remember what happened? Also, her lack of understanding reality is astonishing. In another phone call, she's talking to her mom about said sentencing. So this is right before sentencing. She's found guilty and she doesn't know how long she's gonna be sentenced to. And she says,
Like, I'm like about to like say I don't want to go to court, like type shit.
Honey, you don't have a choice.
Like, what's the point?
What do you mean type shit? I hate niggas using type shit in stupid situations. I don't want to go to court like type shit. What the fuck are you saying?
Like type shit.
Honey, you don't have a choice.
Like, what's the point of even having a court date? Like, I understand. Like, they already fucking is like they're just fucking me over. Like, what's the point of even going? Like, there's no point of even having court anymore. Just fucking give me a time and just tell me so we can appeal this shit.
she gets sentenced to 15 years to life to be served concurrently, which means she will be eligible for parole in 15 years, though it seems highly unlikely. Even the judge says it's probably unlikely.
Yes,
right? But
good.
Makenzie says to her mom in a jail call, but I'm surprised she only gave me like 15.
But I'm surprised she only gave me like 15. Like, I thought she was going to give me like 85 years. No, I really did think it was either going to be death penalty or life in prison, no parole.
Yeah.
But she gave me 15 years and I do get parole. That's crazy as fuck.
Davion's mom says, I'll be honest, we were taken aback when we found out that the sentences were to run concurrently. We were taken aback. She is essentially serving the same sentence that she would have if only one of the boys had been in the car. It's very hard to stomach. Makenzie's parents have stomachs of steel. They're trying to take this case to the Supreme Court. They did file an appeal. So after your conviction, you can file an appeal. They filed an appeal. It was rejected. They filed a second appeal, but they filed it 1 day late. So it has to be within the 365 days. But they filed it 1 day late, and they argued it was like confusing because of leap year. And everyone's like, what? The Shurilla state in interviews that they did not have a good defense, which is pretty par for the course for appeals, is to say that your attorneys did not represent you well enough. That's pretty standard. They state that they were bullied, almost bullied, into a bench trial instead of a jury trial. Steve says if this was a jury trial instead of a bench trial, quote, she would have never been convicted. She'd be free today. She'd be going on with her life, but she'd be free. That's the truth. But to let you know, her lawyer, when asked her about a jury or a bench, she asked for a jury and he talked her out of it. And then he starts talking about the judge. He says, I mean, that ego. I don't know how she walks in and out of the room with that kind of ego. It's unfortunate that a sitting judge of that long ruled that way and acted that way. Later, he argues, you get pulled over now in Strongsville speeding, it's attempted murder. That's the precedent they've set with this case.
I'm just so shocked that they still have supporters.
Yeah. I think the support comes from, I do think maybe the defense did do a good job and they didn't bring in a medical expert and they didn't rule out these world of possibilities.
Because they wouldn't have as many supporters.
And I think when it's not ruled out, and I think because people come in with probably the same feeling I have, which is our criminal justice system is not the best. So maybe it's like, but we can't because there are innocent people in jail. So we have to give some sort of leeway and thought. And I think they use that to their advantage because I'm lost.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I ain't gonna lie.
But
Me
when the
too.
trial was happening, it seems like at some point they all agreed on a bench trial. I mean, they had to. Makenzie had to agree on it. But even her parents, in one jail call, Natalie is saying, oh, and then one of my friends was like, you made the right decision with choosing a bench trial and stuff. And I'm like, well, it wasn't up to me, you know what I mean? But thank you. And that made me start crying. So whatever happened up to this point, Kenzie, is exactly that it's supposed to be. We just have to trust and put our faith in it, okay? So it seems like you like a bench trial. In another call, Makenzie wordly asks her mom if she should have done a jury trial, to which Natalie says, no, because there's still other people that are like, I don't care that she did this and she should get the death penalty. That person doesn't know you. That's how some people are talking. Nope, you made the right choice. Regardless, they tried to take it up to the Supreme Court of Ohio, which they recently denied. Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Ohio, Sharon Kennedy, refused to review Makenzie's case, writing in a decision
Her name
that
is
she
Sharon
declines
Kennedy?
to accept jurisdiction of the appeal. She could petition to the U.S. Supreme Court on a federal level, but anything on a federal level is even more tedious and even more of a lengthy process than on a state level, and it's just, your odds of that are not
Even more
worth
slim.
the fees usually. Most likely her next big milestone is her first parole hearing that will be in 2037. And I know that Dom and Davion's families will most likely be attending, and I think they will
Further.
be attending with a fire-burning passion to keep her behind bars. And I would think it would be a very long shot for her to be released on parole in 2037, which means if they reject her parole, she has to wait anywhere between 1 to 10 years. So like they tell you at your parole hearing, if you're denied, anywhere between 1 to 10 years, but the fact that she's young would probably make it less than 10. It has to legally be less than 10, but it could be 10, it could be 9,
I
or it could
just
be
don't
1.
see her changing like,
At
the
all.
way that the parents are acting
Exactly.
too.
Exactly.
Yeah. Cheyenne says, I don't know if she still does it now, but when I was in there, she was journaling every single day, date, timestamp, and she told me it was for a book when she gets out. She told me she had a modeling gig before she even came in, and she was like, I got offered a modeling gig before I came in. I'm gonna write a book when I get out. I'm gonna be a social media influencer telling my story and all that stuff. So this is why the families are trying to do Dom and Davion's law, because
she can't
in
profit off
Ohio,
of
the
this.
Son of Sam's laws, which protects the victims' families from the perpetrator profiting off their crimes, a lot of that in Ohio has not been updated to include social media.
Oh.
Right. So I think it just includes a lot of the traditional ways of making money. So I think they're trying to get those updated. I mean, this whole book thing.
That's insane.
And she also says about Makenzie, you know how in the Netflix documentary, she says, I think about it every day and stuff like that. I'm not going to say she doesn't.
She doesn't.
Because I'm not in her head
I'm
going
gonna
to
say she doesn't, and I'm not in her head every day.
I don't think she does.
I don't think she
And
does
she's
at
like,
all.
Since I've been gone, you know how I said Juice was Jasmine's girlfriend?
Yeah.
As soon as I left, she started doing stuff with Juice. So Cheyenne's just like, she's in there like just doing things. Like I don't think she's thinking about it every day. And that is where we are with the Makenzie Shurilla case. I know that this was a very lengthy journey that I just took you on, but I just wanted to be as thorough as possible. And there was just so much
Fraught
in the
with
FOIA
cortisol
that I felt like
spikes.
you do have to pay. I forget how much it was, but like most places you have to pay to get the FOIA, and then to have the leniency of time to have people go through and like for me to sit there and read. Like I know that a lot of you guys are also working, so it would have just been impossible.
Nah,
so
that's fair.
hopefully that is as thorough as we can get. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Leave it in the comments. And with that, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.
You stay safe too, Noona. Yeah, bro. I said in the last vid, parents gotta go to jail. I'm standing on that even further, bro. I'm honestly standing on that even further. I am shocked at the fervent support Makenzie seems to generate, despite being probably one of the worst people I've ever seen in my life. No, seriously, tribe. She strikes me as a absolute horrible person to be around, even on a acquaintance like level. So it's like she's built like some sort of weird cult within her family members or something, and her friends. What's even pissing me off more is they keep on like putting Davion by the side, like he also did not tragically pass away. Even with the way she was charged, he should have been charged consecutively and not concurrently. I don't know what the other term would be, but it's like, why we keep doing that, bruh? And the way the mom shows up to defend her daughter, it's like she don't know that this shit real. Yo, okay, here's what I'll say, tribe. Here's what I'll say, and then I'm gonna end this because this was already long ahead. I'm not trying to keep y'all, and plus I gotta dip. The mom is delusional as can be. The father is delusional as can be, and I think that's like a genetic thing. Like, I think they shared those delusions, combined them, and it just created Makenzie. Because they're not parents. I think Makenzie is delusion in human form. Human. Because the way she acting, I wouldn't call her a human being, bro. Her folks gonna claim niggas like me. You don't even know her. You don't know what, bro. We read through so many messages between not only her and Dom, her and Dom's brother, her and her mom, her and her dad, her and her Dom's mom, her and, like, bro, we have gotten a pretty clear picture of who Makenzie is when she don't think people watching. And I can confidently say she deserves that conviction. Yes, she deserves to stay in there for life. It's that simple. It's literally that simple in my head. You took 2 innocent lives, so you must pay. Not only that, but you're not remorseful. Okay, bet. Now you really gonna pay. It's like there's no need for deliberation on such things, if I'm being honest. It's just the fact that her parents don't think that way. And I get that. Of course, you wouldn't want your child to be in such a situation, but when the evidence is so clear, what else can you say? What else can you do? I guess go the insane and stupid route and defend her till her dying breath. But don't you see how crazy they look? Why would you do that? Unless they really believe she innocent. But how could you believe that? We've really become dependent on each other as crash out buddies, I ain't gonna lie. And I gotta keep it honest with you. Y'all presence genuinely helps me, bro. This shit wicked. I can't experience this by myself. We all have to come together and experience it. That way there's like a buffer zone, you know? I appreciate y'all, bro. No cap. Enough of me though. No, seriously, enough of me. It's late as hell. I gotta get some actual good rest. It's been your boy Trial, and in case I don't see you, just in case, good afternoon, good evening, most probably, but unfortunately, goodbye and good night, child. I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all, bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's the end. Leave a like and share it to your friends and your kin. When I post a video, I'm gonna need y'all to attend. Thank you for the view, but I ain't done with you. 2023, I'm about to be Jordan with the flu. Yeah, join the tribe. Yeah, join the tribe. I'm gonna need y'all to subscribe.